Jackson Park to Russell's Truck Accessories! Nettleton students will do anything for the Spirit Stick.
Would you ding-dong ditch Coach Massey?
That old man? Any day.
Dad, come it!
Would you get tased by Officer Watts?
Yes. Okay. Raider pride.
Would you cannonball into the Raider River?
Would I? Hold my mullet.
What would you do for the Spirit Stick?
When the Raiders have wrecks, they call collision repair. Back in 1986, Nettleton's Jeff Edgar was smashing baseballs. He hit the first home run in Raider baseball history. These days, he's fixing smashed cars at Collision Repair. Collision Repair staff is second to none, and their facilities are world class. They'll get you fixed up and back on the road in no time. Collision Repair. It's where the Raiders go when the Raiders have wrecks.
We are Raiders. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, it sounds like we're in a Raider Pride ad. That means something awesome's about to happen.
Raider pride, brother. Fire the thing in here. Dang her!
Hey, run!
At Nettleton, we got that Raider pride.
Because Raider Pride is justified.
We are Raiders. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
What the heck?
Yeah, I'm a junior. Does it matter? You do that for me? Really? Oh, I'll like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's DJ from Nettleton.
That sounds like a really good deal.
DJ from Nettleton at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's DJ from Nettleton.
What are you wearing, DJ from Nettleton?
A black and gold Raider Pride shirt.
She sounds hideous.
Well, it's DJ, so.
Another reason why Raider Pride is justified.
A lot has changed since the 1950s, but one thing has remained the same. Sue's Drugstore is still keeping Nettleton healthy. Albert and Shirley Sue founded Sue's Drug in 1959, and today their grandson Tyler continues their tradition of fast, friendly, professional service. Sue's Drugstore, keeping Raider Pride healthy and alive since 1959.
The Nettleton Raiders present Messing with Miller.
There he is. Let's get him. Let's go get that jabroni. Y'all check this out. What a jabroni.
Nettleton High School, feed your Raider pride.
From the first time you held on to the time you let go, life is a series of unforgettable firsts. The ones that are planned and the ones that take you by surprise. We celebrate and support these firsts as we travel this journey with you, because firsts are what life is all about. First Community Bank, where community comes first.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a different night at Nettleton Raider Field. It's Nettleton versus Brookland in the very first meeting between these two great schools. My name is Craig Miller, and I am joined ringside right now by my tag team partner, my good buddy from Nettleton's class of 1985. I'm talking about Wayne Steele. Wayne, thank you for helping us out with the broadcast tonight.
Craig, man, it's great to be here. I'm always honored to go anywhere with my pal, the TNC.
That's great. We are getting along, and that is thanks to the diplomatic skills of our third broadcasting team member, and that is Andy Shatley. Andy will be joining us here briefly. He'll be here before kickoff, but Wayne was kind enough to join us, and really do appreciate it. Ordinarily, Coach Massey is my color guy. Coach Massey is unable to be here tonight. Coach Thomas is my color guy on the away games. Coach Thomas is on duty tonight, unable to, so I guess you could say you're third string. That's you probably used to be in third string based on what Coach Hawk, the late great Coach Hawk, told me about your playing skills.
Well, Coach Hawk always told me that he could run his grandma through that hole, and that's why he kicked me off the offense.
Well, it's a rule I've got, Wayne, ever since Coach Hawk passed away. Every broadcast since, we've mentioned Coach Hawk as often as we can. So you feel free to throw some Coach Hawk-isms in there throughout the game.
I'll do it, Craig. And he was one of my favorite coaches. My very first football coach here at Nettleton in 7th grade, and the best saying of any coach I've had ever since was after we'd get done practice and we'd run 40-yard guts till everybody puked, and we'd take a knee, and he'd say, "Now, men, the heat that melts the wax hardens the steel."
Hardens the steel. That's right. That's got me through a lot of tough times in life, actually, Coach Hawk saying. So the great Coach Hawk, we sure miss him and thankful for his influence here. Should be a heck of a ball game here tonight. It's Nettleton versus Brookland, and we want to welcome you to the Consolidated Insurance pregame show. Nettleton is coming in 1-3 on the season. They are 0-1 in 5A East Conference. They started off the season by beating Blytheville, and then they've lost 3 straight. Nettleton lost to Pocahontas, to Mountain Home, and to Batesville. They're playing host, as we said earlier, for the first time ever in senior varsity football, the Brookland Bearcats. Brookland is also 1-3. 0-1 in conference. They started off the season by defeating Gosnell 36-32, and that has to have been a marquee win for the Brookland program, Wayne. I bet that was a lot of excitement that night.
Actually, the first time they had beaten Gosnell in school history, Craig.
First time ever. So, man, that was a great win by these Bearcats. Since then, much like Nettleton, they've been on a little bit of a losing streak. They lost to Westside, they lost to Rivercrest, and then last weekend they lost to Wynn. So that was your baptism into the 5A East, Wayne, the Bearcats' baptism into the 5A East. Welcome to the 5A East. We'll let you play Wynn first game.
That's awesome. We appreciate that. At least we can go ahead and get that game out of the way.
Yeah,
watching that team play, it would not surprise me that if they were in the state championship this year.
But that's everything I've heard. They are just phenomenal this year, and we were very fortunate last year to defeat them the last game of the year. Now, it was a disappointing season for the Raiders in one respect. We didn't make it to the state playoffs, but we ended the season on a high note by beating Wynn. And Wayne, I know you're an old Nettleton guy. That's only happened, I think, maybe twice in school history before then.
Yeah, I don't think we ever beat them when I was in school.
It's a rare occurrence, and Nettleton was fortunate to get that. We play Wynn the last game of the season, but the first things first, tonight it's Nettleton versus Brookland, and we are joined in the broadcast location here by one of the greatest athletes to ever lay some up out here on Raider Field. And I'm not talking about me, Wayne. I'm talking about the great Andy Shatley. Andy, thank you for being a part of the broadcast team tonight, sir.
Good evening, Craig. Good evening, Wayne. It's exciting to be in the booth. I've done this a couple of times, but to be back at Raider Field and how beautiful tonight is, and the weather is absolutely perfect.
Oh, it is.
For football tonight. The field looks wonderful. Crowd's starting to fill in at regulation capacity, I'm sure.
Yes.
A number of people, but I'm certainly excited to see some great football tonight.
It should be a dandy for sure. I think these teams are pretty evenly matched based on their performance so far this year, Nettleton and Brookland. Nettleton coming in at 1-3, 0-1. Brookland identical record. Nettleton has scored 67 points. They're averaging 16.75 points a game. They have allowed 134 points. 33 points a game, whereas Brookland has scored 25 points a game. That's 9 more than Nettleton on average, but they have allowed 35 points per game. So teams seem to be like pretty evenly matched, and it should be a dandy here tonight for sure. Now I'll tell you guys right off the bat before we talk about the starters.
My philosophy on this is obviously it's a service to the people bringing the game, and I want to do my best not to be annoying. That's always my goal, Wayne.
Really? That's your goal?
Can you believe that? I didn't say I was successful.
Like how high on the priority list is that?
It's way high. Like last night I was watching the Cardinals and the Padres, and when the Padres started winning, I got mad at the announcers. I'm like, they're against the Cardinals. You ever felt that way? They're your favorite team starts losing on a broadcast where they're trying to be objective, and you're mad at them. That's the way I was last night. I know we got a lot of folks from Brookland who are watching, and my great friend Jerry Rogers is getting a TV program started there at Brookland, much like what we got here at Nettleton, and I know a lot of folks from Brookland are watching, and I'm gonna do my best to not get on their nerves, Wayne.
His name's Jerry Reed, Craig.
What did I say?
Jerry Rogers.
Well, it's Jerry Reed. Yeah, Jerry Reed. That's how good of a friend we are. I don't even know his name. But I'll make no bones about it. I'm rooting for Nettleton, all right? I'll just let you know that right off the bat. But for all our friends at Brookland who are tuning in, I'm going to do my best not to be annoying, all right?
Well, and Craig, I just wanted you to know, even though I'm a Nettleton alumni, that I made sure I wore my Bearcat gear tonight, so you would know that I was rooting for the Bearcats tonight. But any other night, I'm always rooting for the Raiders to win.
Well, I think it's kind of like my father. My father was a Brookland graduate. He graduated from Brookland, class of 1955, and he loves the Brookland Bearcats. But his kids went to Nettleton. And so while we were in school, he was a Nettleton fan. And I know that's the way it is with you. Your kids make you do crazy things.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and so I understand, brother. I sure do. But I really do appreciate you guys sitting in with me. Let's talk about the starting lineups. First of all, Andy Shatley is normally down there on the sidelines as the boss man at St. Bernard's Health Medicine. He's normally down there on the sidelines keeping our athletes safe, keeping them well. If there is an injury tonight, Andy, I know that you're going to be down there.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm just excited and glad that they're playing football.
Oh, ain't that the truth?
These kids need to play sports. You can see to where they've got the buckets out on both sidelines to try to make sure that they're physically distanced. You've got coaches on the sidelines to make sure they have their masks on. I'm so glad that these kids are getting to play football. So I'm certainly going to put this thing right down the middle, Nettleton and Brookland. I think everybody's just excited to watch football tonight.
No doubt about it, and it's all about these kids, and we're going to do our best to be cheerleaders for them tonight. Looks like captains for tonight's contest, Cole Doak for Brookland and Cameron Scarlett for Nettleton. So the quarterbacks are the captains. That seems fitting, Wayne.
And Cole, he's actually the son of Toby Doak.
Yeah.
Actually had a great Truman Wildcat back in the day.
He really was. I remember Toby playing for Truman, and it's another situation with if your kid is going to a school, all of a sudden you become a fan of that school. I know Toby is probably sitting across the way. Heck, he may be listening to us tonight. But Toby is undoubtedly very proud of his son, who's done a good job for y'all this year, from all accounts I've heard, Wayne.
He really has. He really has. He's embraced this offense. I mean, completely different offense than what we ran last year, and he's gone with it.
Andy, have you had an opportunity to see Cameron Scarlett play this year?
I have. I've been on the sideline for 2 games this year. Very athletic, can throw the football, handles himself well in the pocket, and doesn't panic. So he certainly looks to be poised, and I'm excited to see how he handles Brookland's defense tonight.
Nettleton has lost the coin toss. Brookland won the coin toss, and they've elected to receive the opening kickoff. Starters for Nettleton, first of all, on offense, the linemen, Jordan Pegram, Ryan Crawford, Cooper Williams, Jacob Tarpley, Moses Williams. At quarterback, the captain, Cameron Scarlett, number 9. Running back, Orion Pugh. Wide receivers, Kyle Tolley, Jalen Scales, Doniquius Willis, Ken Warren McShann. On defense, the starters on the line, Jorge Salas, Kylan Gates, Justin Livingston, Javante Wallace. Linebackers are Blake Brown, Martise Buchanan, Kobe Bradley, Bernard Turner, and the defensive secondary for the Raiders, Markellen Barber, Juan Badillo, and at free safety, Dorian Tucker. Wayne, I'll let you give the Brookland starters.
Sure. On offense tonight for us, on our O-line, we got Bentley Hart, Connor McLean, Mason Pankey, Chris Kalis, Rubio Hernandez. At quarterback, Cole Doak. Running back, Joseph Wright. Our wide receivers, David York, Aiden Robertson, Lance Couples, and tight end Hunter Whitaker.
And that is your starters, and that is your Consolidated Insurance pregame show. We're about a minute and 20 seconds away from kickoff. The Bearcats making their way to the field. They are wearing red breeches, white shirts, and white helmets, much like the old Nettleton Raider 7th grade team with the old white helmets. Their white helmets have looks like some sort of a bee on there, maybe some type of wildcat.
Actually, it's just a claw mark.
Okay, a claw mark. So a cat has scratched across that bee.
Absolutely.
Probably a Bearcat has done that. We want to say big thanks to Trish Merritt from a Beautiful Mess Salon. She just came up and paid for her tickets tonight. So that is a very good thing to do. The Raiders going to be wearing all black tonight, Andy. Now, Andy graduated in 1994, and here come the Raiders. You can hear the cowbells. Andy, looks like we are at a good location. That is Coach Stephen Hampton's wife, Summer Hampton, sitting right in front of us with the cowbells. What does this broadcast need?
Well, we need more cowbell.
Exactly. Well, we're going to get it tonight. So Summer ringing the cowbells, and you can bet she is very proud of her husband and supportive. God bless the coaches. God bless the coaches' wives out there. Summer Hampton's as good a coach's wife as we've ever had here at Nettleton. Now, Wayne, tell me about y'all's new coach.
Well, Eric Munoz came in, and honestly, he didn't get started with these guys till like after June 1st, and he came over from Valley View, was assistant there. Before that, he worked for the great Gus Malzahn down at Auburn, and then worked for him for 1 year at ASU, and he actually played for him in high school at Springdale.
So definitely very good resume his first year at the helm of the Bearcats. I believe that is David York back deep. Is that a 7 or a 1 on his? That's a 7, David York. Kendrick McShann to kick off, and we are underway. For the first time in history, Nettleton and Brookland playing high school varsity football. That was Colin Lamberson on the return for the Bearcats. He's tripped up right about the 40-yard line, and that's where the Bearcats will take over 1st and 10.
Greg, I noticed that we see a lot of pink on the Nettleton Raiders tonight. It is October, and October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so I'm assuming that the Nettletons are paying the homage to the Coleman Breast Cancer for the Cure.
Yes, sir. I believe that's exactly right. God bless those who are fighting and have survived that awful disease. We are underway. Cole Doak looking to pass on 1st down. It is complete out in the flats. And he is tackled right about the 1st down marker. That is Lance Couples with the reception. It is a 1st down, and Brookland coming out fast.
Excellent twins to the left. Clearance route by your ex-receiver and running a flat route, out route right underneath that. So they're going to have to, Nettleton's going to have to figure out how to work that and switch that off on the side.
Twins right side. Play is whistled dead. Flag on the play. Let's see what the official says the problem was. It's going to be a false start against Brookland.
You have to be sure whenever you're going to have somebody in motion like that. Everybody has to be set before your receiver or running back goes in motion. So you have to be set for 1 second before you can put somebody in motion.
That penalty makes it 1st down and 15. Doak from the gun looking to pass again. It is complete out in the flats to number 7. Tackle made by Markellen Barber. Also in on the stop for Nettleton is Blake Brown. That is David York with the return. Gain of 6 is 2nd down and 4.
Excellent bubble screen out there to the side. Put your guy in motion, and he actually becomes the blocker. Very good job blocking. Nice little gain there for the bubble screen.
2 backs in the backfield with Doak. He gives number 25, I believe that is right. Wayne will tell us his name here in a second. He stopped short of the 1st down. Jorge Salas also in on the stop for Nettleton. Kobe Bradley. It'll be 3rd down and 2 for the Bearcats.
I'd be curious to see if Brookland changes their setup here. They're in regular personnel. They're grouping here for a 3rd and short.
Joseph Wright, young man's name. They give to Wright again up the middle. Wright has a first down, and he is tackled at the 32-yard line, wrapped up by Kobe Bradley, and it's another first down for the Bearcats. Brookland coming out, able to move the ball quite effectively against the Raiders. Hurry up, Wright running right side, and he is tackled by the Turf Monster. Let's hope he's all right as he gets up. And going to be no gain on the play. Actually, a little bit of a short loss. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
Brookland's certainly trying to pick up the pace here. They're going no huddle and trying to run players on and off the field here. Try to probably run as many plays as they can to keep the defense in the same grouping.
2nd down and 10. Doak in the gun. The give is to York, and he is tackled right about the line of scrimmage. In on the stop for Nettleton is Justin Livingston. Also in on the stop, Jorge Salas. Gain of a couple. It's 3rd down and 9.
It was a great tackle by Justin Livingston, scraping right down the line, really reading the backfield and meeting him. Only a 1 yard, 1.5 yard gain there.
3rd down and 9 for the Bearcats. You got to figure they're 4-down territory. Doak running to his left, passing, and it is complete, close to a first down to Colin Lamberson. See where they spot it. They do spot it. Good for a first down. Big 3rd down conversion by the Bearcats.
That was an outstanding pass. He's running. He's actually rolling out to his left, and he threw across his body, which can be a little dangerous, but he put it in there. That was an excellent pass to where only his receiver could catch it. Very nice throw.
So Brookland moving the ball very effectively here in the early goings, and I believe that was a Raider timeout. Did you see that by any chance, Sandy?
That's correct.
Timeout on the field. We will take it with them with 9:01 remaining in the first quarter. We are scoreless at Raider Field. We'll be right back with more Raider football on NTV.
First time you held on to the time you let go. Life is a series of unforgettable firsts. The ones that are planned and the ones that take you by surprise. We celebrate and support these firsts as we travel this journey with you, because firsts are what life is all about. First Community Bank, where community comes first.
Beautiful night at Raider Field. We're so glad to have you along for the broadcast. 60 degrees and clear. Everybody's got their jackets on, and just a great night for Raider football. The Bearcats moving the ball effectively so far here on their opening drive. They have it 1st and 10 at the Raider 21. Cole Doak in the backfield. Gives number 27, and he is hit right about the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a short gain. 27 is Caden Matthews. It's going to be 2nd down and 8.
That actually was about to be a really nice counter play to where your guy in motion comes back and kicks out the end. They took a little bit of time to get there. Actually, that was a nice play there.
I'm busy.
Twins outright. Doak once again completes the pass to number 29, Aiden Stinnett.
They're going back to that two-receiver set to where the outside receiver runs off the defense and they go underneath it. So Nettleton, once again, what we talked about earlier, are going to have to figure out how to switch that out and combo that to get their flats guy underneath that throw.
3rd down and 2 for the Bearcats. Direct snap to Wright, and he has got some running room. He is pushed out of bounds, looks like at the 2-yard line. It's going to be 1st down and goal to go for the Bearcats.
That was a block by Hunt.
Wildcat formation.
Outstanding on wrapping up.
That's back. Comes back in the side. Thought he might roll left, but instead he gives to Matthews. He's tackled just short of the goal line. It's going to be 3rd down and goal to go. That's Justin Livingston making the touchdown-saving tackle. 3rd and goal from the 1.
I really like that setup to where you have trips left, but you're running the ball back to the short side of the field. They had a nice little gap there. I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to that.
Cold Oak looking for the play. Caden Matthews in the backfield with him. Play clock is at 15. Raider faithful coming alive, chanting defense, trying to inspire the guys. Play clock is at 4. It looks like Brookland is going to take a timeout. We're going to take it with them. 6:28 remaining in the first quarter. We are scoreless at Raider Field. The Bearcats knocking on the door. We'll be right back with more Raider football on NTV.
3 things we Nettleton Raiders love. We love our school, we love America, and we love getting our trucks fixed up at Russell's Truck Accessories. Russell's Truck Accessories is the greatest place on earth to make your truck look sharp. If Russell's were a bird, they'd be a bald eagle. If they were a nation, they would be the United States of America. The greatest nation on God's green earth. Thanks in part to Russell's Truck Accessories.
The top football, baseball players.
That's right. Makes me wonder what he's doing watching us instead of coaching. Better not let his bosses know about that. All right, it's 3rd down and goal to go from the 1-yard line. Direct snap to right, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats.
You know, that direct snap is going to be effective for them because he's a bit of a load. Nice athlete, keeps his shoulder pads low. He's going to be hard to tackle right there. Nettleton's already had problems the last couple of runs by him, direct snap. We're going to probably see a lot more of him tonight.
I'm really excited about him too, Andy, because he's just a sophomore.
Oh, my.
Brookland will attempt to kick the point after. The kick is up. Looked like it hit the goalpost, but it went through. I believe that was number 9, Ronaldo Garcia. The kick is good, and with 6:26 remaining in the first quarter, Brookland draws first blood. It is 7-0 Bearcats. Impressive drive right there by Brookland.
That took a lot of clock right there. That was a very nice drive put together. They stayed with their personnel groupings that they stayed with almost to probably until they got into the red zone there, and then they went to more of a trips and some direct snap to Whitaker, and he's certainly a strong runner. We're going to see a lot of him tonight. I like the way Brookland mixed things up. They came out early, spread the field.
Result is a 7-0 lead after that very impressive drive. Back deep for the Raiders. And Jalen Scales. Number 9, Ronaldo Garcia. Short kick, and it rolls out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. I believe it might have been touched before it got out of bounds. So Nettleton will take over 1st and 10 at the 33, and Nettleton really fortunate that ball was not recovered by the Bearcats.
Yeah, the thing there is to make sure it goes out of bounds or to field the ball and goes out of bounds. Either way, you need to establish control of that on the kickoff. Job of trying to get out of bounds.
Scarlett and the Nettleton Raider offense take in motion as James. Running the ball is Cameron Scarlett, and he is close to a first down. It's going to be a gain know if the
route. They saw that slant in there. The wheel linebacker on the backside is not sitting underneath that, and that window of a throw was wide open there. So outstanding route by Tully. Nice catch and nice run after the play.
First and 10 Raiders from the Brookland 15. The give is to Bradley. Bradley running right side, and boy, he is hit hard immediately. That's Brookland's number 21, Aiden Roberson, with the tackle. No gain on the play.
Yeah, there's been a couple of times to where they're dancing in the hole right there, and they're really going to have to find a hole. You only have about 1 or 2 seconds to determine whether or not you're going to choose this hole or not. But every second that you take and try to move that down the line and string that out, that more and more people are going to come to the party, and it's just not be a problem. So they're going to have to take it north and south.
It'll be second down and 12, 2 minutes and 27 seconds on the clock. This time to give up the middle, Kobe Bradley. Kobe Bradley is inside the 10-yard line. Going to be close to first down yardage.
I think Nettleton's going to find that if they pop that a little faster instead of dancing in the hole, they're going to have a lot more success. But because there are holes, you have to pick your hole and you have to go.
Third down and 3 for the Raiders. Cameron Scarlett, Kobe Bradley, Jalen Scales in the backfield. Scarlett's going to run it himself, falling forward. He's got the first down. Going to be first down and goal to go for the Raiders as their tough running quarterback gets plenty of yardage for the first.
That's a really smart play there. When you have first and about 3 and you're that close to the goal line, choosing just to try to get the first down so you have another set of downs, it's a very smart play there.
Cameron Scarlett from the gun. He's in the backfield with Kobe Bradley. The give is to, actually the keep is Cameron Scarlett. Cameron Scarlett churning forward. He is into the end zone. Touchdown Cameron Scarlett. Touchdown Raiders.
Great job of keeping your feet moving. The hole initially closed up. He took one contact about 1 yard in. Kit continued to keep his legs pumping and drove himself right into the end zone. That's a very strong run by the quarterback.
Andy, I don't know if you knew it or not, but the nickname the coaches from Nettleton gave Scarlett whenever he was in junior high school was Tebow.
That's not surprising. I see some similarities, just the wrong hand.
If you got to be nicknamed after somebody, that's a pretty good person to be nicknamed after. Joseph Newhong nails the PAT. The PAT is good, and with 1 minute and 22 seconds remaining in the first quarter, we're all tied up at 7.
Impressive drive once again. The answer to Brookland's initial drive is another quality drive by Nettleton, and now we have ourselves a ball game.
Well, crosstown showdown for the first time in history, Wayne. These two schools are going at it, and it looks like it's going to be an entertaining football game.
It absolutely is. This really could be a shootout tonight for sure.
So far, neither defense able to stop their opposing offense as both teams have scored on their opening drive. Good to see Joseph Newhong back in action for the Raiders. He had a little health issue and had to miss a game or two. Kendrick McShann did a good job kicking in his absence, but Newhong is back tonight, and we sure hope that young man is doing well. Great young man. Kendrick McShann on to kickoff. He boots it deep and angling toward the sideline. Well, that's about how you draw it up right there. It goes to the 9-yard line, and it just dies. Brookland fortunate to get a hold of that thing, Andy. That's one of the plays that gives coaches gray hair.
Oh, man. As special teams, I think every coach, when special team starts, I mean, they all just kind of clinch up because you never know what's going to happen. There's anytime you have a change of possession, crazy things can happen, and something as simple as that right there, not covering the football on a kickoff. That's not a punt. That's a kickoff. You've got to cover the ball. That's right. Great kick, by the way. Great kick.
That was a great kick. I tell you, that's about as good as you can ask. Kendrick McShann, great job, and the Bearcats are starting this drive from their own 9-yard line. That's Cole Doak. He gives number 27 running left side, and he is gained about 7 or 8 on the tackle for Nettleton.
Javonte Wallace.
And Tyree Ayala, forgive me if I'm saying that wrong. It's second down and 9. Good run there by
Very
Brookland's
strong.
Caden Matthews. Doak from the gun. The give is to Matthews again. Matthews is hit at the line of scrimmage. He forward progress. It looks like they're going to give him enough for a first down. Yeah, they're going to move the chain. So this Matthews is good-looking young running back for the Bearcats.
He really is, and he's just a junior. I mean, our running back crew is fairly young on this team.
So it'll be first down and 10. Less than 35 seconds now on the clock here in the first quarter of play. Doak from the gun, looking to throw, rolling out, under pressure, and he throws the ball away. Incomplete. It's going to be second down and 10. Good coverage by the Raider defensive secondary.
Yeah, I didn't check the linebacker's number here, but that inside receiver was trying to run a little out route that they've had success with early in the game, but he knocked him right off his route tree, and that's where the quarterbacks wanted to go with the football, and he just wasn't there, so he did a good job of throwing the ball away, actually.
Yeah, heady play there by Cole Doak. He's a multi-sport star at Brookland. I know that. He's a very intelligent young man and made an intelligent play right there. Doak intended and incomplete, intended for number 3, Colin Lamberson. It'll bring up third down and 10 for Brookland.
So that was a great call. We are actually in cover 1 there with a free safety deep, and we had a blitz on that side of the thing, and their receiver, number 11 they're throwing it to, he was open early. That should have been a hot throw, and the quarterback's a little late there. Great defensive call.
Brings up a big third down and 10 here. Cole Doak going deep. Pass is complete. Outstanding effort downfield. That is David York, and it was just a jump ball. He just jumped up and hauled that thing in. Big third down conversion for Brookland.
Anytime you have a wide receiver that can compete for the football, you feel comfortable throwing it. That was in double coverage, probably not a safe throw, but if you trust your receiver, they're going to compete for the football. You don't mind doing that.
Outstanding catch there by David York, and the Bearcats in business. That ball nearly intercepted. That's Nettleton's number 10, Dorian Tucker, who would love to have that one back, I'm sure. And, fellas, that's the end of the first quarter. Man, what a heck of a ball game so far.
Love
Andy.
it. Love it.
Love it.
Fast pace. They're both trying to push the envelope. They're both trying to push the pace to try to put pressure on the defense, especially so they can't change their personnel. You're gonna see either some tired defenses or whoever's the best shape tonight. We'll see what they look like at the end of the game on the defensive side of the ball, because they're really running a lot of plays.
We've played one quarter. We're tied at 7. Don't you go anywhere, folks. Good high school football game here at Nettleton tonight. Second quarter coming up. You're watching Raider football on NTV.
Terry Gray. Rice farming isn't a profession. It's a way of life. As owner of Delaplaine Seed Company, Terry's been the region's rice tech leader for more than a decade. In the summer, Terry's not behind a desk. He can be found in rice fields giving advice, or he can be on your farm helping you put more bushels in your tanks and money in your pocket. From securing your hybrid rice to free on-farm delivery, let Terry help you be more profitable this season. Delaplaine Seed Company.
And we welcome you back to Raider Field Just a beautiful October night, almost a full moon, 60 degrees and clear. Great night for football and a great game in front of us. So glad to have you along for the ride. Craig Miller sitting along ringside with my tag team partners tonight, Andy Shatley and Wayne Steele. And the Bearcats, 2nd down and 10, their second possession of the game. Cole Doak, the Bearcat quarterback. The lefty rolls left, and it is, I started to say intercepted, but Martise Buchanan unable to hold on to that going down, and so that is going to be an incomplete pass. And another near interception by the Raiders.
That's the second one. You can't continue to give those away. I mean, if the quarterback's going to throw the ball under duress and they make mistakes, you're going to start capitalizing those because you don't get those opportunities often. The quarterback and the wide receiver are obviously not on the same page there. He expected that wide receiver to cut that route off, and it didn't happen. And that was he got lucky at getting the ball back on that one.
Doak from the gun, right in the backfield with him. The give is to right, up the middle. Justin Livingston on the stop for the Raiders. Also on the stop for Nettleton is Javonte Wallace. It's going to be a gain of 3. It'll bring up 4th down and 7, and it looks like the Bearcats, well, let's see, they may be sending their punt unit out here, fellas, and it looks like that is what they're going to do. 4th and 7, they're going to punt the ball away to the Raiders.
Nice defensive stand by Nettleton there. We have our first punt.
And that is Cole Doak to punt. Markellen Barber back deep for the Raiders. High snap. Good job by Cole Doak fielding that. Markellen Barber getting it out of the way. It takes a Bearcat roll inside the 15-yard line, and that's where Nettleton will take over 1st and 10. So a good defensive stop by the Raider defensive unit.
Something to think about as the game rolls on. Whenever I was playing quarterback being a punter, you always have that option of whenever you're on the 50-yard line to where that quarterback could potentially run some sort of play there. So we may keep that in mind as the game goes on.
And we do run a fake punter too, so.
Well, if you know what's coming, let us know. We'll relay it down to the Nettleton coaches. Cameron Scarlett back to work for the Raiders. He's joined in the backfield by Orion Pugh. Scarlett is going to carry it himself, and why not? Scarlett, 1st down yardage and then some. He is finally dragged down about the 45-yard line. Big run by the man they call Tebow. 1st down Raiders.
So there's another example, and that was a great job of not spreading that out all the way from hole B to C to D. A wasn't open. He went to B, put his foot in the ground, went north and south, and that's exactly what will happen whenever you do that. So outstanding run there, put his foot in the ground, went north and south, and got big yardage there.
So 1st and 10 for the Raiders at their own 46. Scales and Pugh in the backfield right now with Scarlett. Scarlett is going to pass, intended for McShann, incomplete on the defense for the Bearcats. I believe that was number 32, Colin Barkley.
Double slants are one of the toughest passes to throw for a quarterback because the receiver's coming at you. He's gaining ground. You're throwing to the field right there. That's a really tough throw to connect with. It was open, but it's certainly a tough throw to make.
Kyle Tolley wide left at the top of your screen. In motion is Ken Warren McShann. Flag on the play. I believe it is going to be coming back as boy, he runs that ball hard. That is Cameron Scarlett with the 1st down, but flag on the play, and I believe it's going to be coming back.
Yeah, you really have to be disciplined there when you're on the line. Whenever you have a motion going on at the same time and then they snap the ball, you need to be watching the ball. It's tough. I don't know if you can't hear that, whether or not he's going on 1st down or if he's trying to hard count or what he's trying to do as quarterback. But you got to be disciplined there when you're on the line because that was going to be a big play, and then here it comes back. So
yes, illegal shift against the Raiders.
Yeah, when you have a guy in motion and somebody moves, it's not going to be illegal motion. It's going to be illegal shift because you have 2 people moving at the same time.
So the 5-yard dead ball penalty will make it 2nd down and 15 for Nettleton, and it negated an outstanding run by Cameron Scarlett. Scarlett in the gun, Orion Pugh in the backfield with him. One receiver near side, trips left. Scarlett keeps it, runs up the chute, and he is stopped. Leading the tackle is number 20, Hunter Whitaker. He He may have gained a couple. It's going to be 3rd down and 14.
I would look to see Nettleton probably throw the football here. This is a long yardage play, 3rd and long. Running trips to the top here and the bottom on the boundaries. Probably we're going to throw the football right here. That's where I would.
Back to pass is Scarlett. Pass is complete over the middle. 1st down yardage. That is Nettleton's number 25, Doniquius Willis, getting his first start at receiver tonight. Took me a minute to find his number and call his name there.
That was a great job of posting up there. We call that a Y stick route. In other words, your tight end is a big body, nice, strong hands. Find a spot and a soft spot and sit down and just throw it at him. And he did a great job of turning, going north, and gaining a 1st down there. Very nice.
1st and 10 for the Raiders at the Bearcat 40-yard line. Cameron Scarlett gives to Orion Pugh. Orion Pugh is met by Brookland's number 45, J.D. Davis, right about the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Some of these plays are taking too long to get to the line of scrimmage, and they're going from a hole A, B, and C. They're going to have to continue to try to run north and south. Brookland's doing a great job of containing that. They're not letting them get outside and making that tackle so that more people can come to the party there and make those tackles.
2nd and 10 for the Raiders. In motion is Pugh. Scarlett to pass. It is complete to Ken Warren McShann. Ken Warren fights through a couple of tackles, lunges forward to the 30-yard line. That is a heck of a 2nd and 3rd effort by Ken Warren McShann. The result is a Raider 1st down.
Great job by the offensive line. That's a jailbreak screen to where the entire right side goes out to try to block and create an alley for the wide receiver. It turns into really a sweep, a pass sweep. But great blocking by the offensive lineman, but even a stronger could finish off of that run here. He wanted the 1st down bad.
Way to fight, Ken Warren McShann.
It was definitely a man's run. Right?
Yes, no doubt about it. I believe that first contact would have stopped me still.
Me too.
Coach Hawk said I look like Ned in the first reader. The give to Orion Pugh. Orion Pugh looking for room to run. Finds a little bit. There is a little bit of yellow fabric on the field as Pugh gains about 5. But let's see what the referee has to say about it. We're
going to have a legal shift again. False start.
Yeah, illegal motion, false start against the Raiders. So it's going to be 1st down and 15. So Nettleton struggling a little bit with penalties here in the first half.
If this is going to be a close game, you start looking at penalties and mental mistakes here. These are things that you can control. This is what drives a coach bonkers sometimes. These mental mistakes really can add up and end up costing yourself yardage and possibly points.
Kyle Tolley far side. In motion is Pugh. He's in the backfield now with Scarlett. Now Scales is in motion. Cameron Scarlett running the ball himself. Flag on the play again as Scarlett is wrapped up right about the line of scrimmage. Let's see what this call is.
It certainly looks like in the territory of a holding for an interior lineman. Let's see what the call here.
That is a chop block against the Raiders.
An engaged offensive lineman and somebody else comes in and goes for their legs. That's certainly there for the safety of the athletes.
And Andy, how many yards is a chop block penalty? Do you know right offhand?
I think that's going to be 10.
10 yards, okay. So it'll be repeat of 1st down and 25 is if it is 10. And it looks like that's exactly what it is, 10-yard penalty. I don't know, that might be 15. I believe that's a 15-yard penalty there, Andy.
I guess they're classified now as a personal foul, almost the same as a personal foul. It certainly is a safety issue, so I see why.
So it is 1st down, and I can't even count that high. 1st down and very long for the Raiders. Scarlett in the backfield with Pugh, running right side, got a blocker. Good cut by Cameron Scarlett, and he is inside the 38-yard line, so that's a good way to get 12 or 13 yards
Got a lot
back.
of that back right there. Some nice blocking, some hat-on-a-hat blocking. And if you can get a hat on a hat, and this quarterback right here, Scarlett, he's pretty salty, and he keeps his head down, keeps his legs going, and he does not go down on first contact.
Nobody has ever offered to hire me as an offensive coordinator, but if I was one for Nettleton, I'd say keep on feeding number 9. Feed number 9. 2nd down and 17 Number 9, Cameron Scarlett from the gun, rolling left side. Good block there by Orion Pugh, and he throws the ball. Looks like he's throwing it away. Kyle Tolley in the general area. It's going to be 3rd down and 17 for the Raiders.
The rollout, that's it to the field. That's a long throw for a quarterback. He is a right-handed quarterback rolling to his left, and he chose the hook route right on the sideline. You're talking about a 30, 35-yard throw there. Didn't really get a nice tight spiral on that. The ball got away from him a little bit, and so now we're at 3rd and long once again.
Orion Pugh in the backfield with Scarlett. Ken Warren McShann near side. Trips top side. Scarlett back deep. And it is in and out of the hands of Scales, almost intercepted by Colin Lamberson, and it's going to be 4th down and long for the Raiders.
That was a very nice pass by the quarterback. Hit the wide receiver in the hands. Those are plays that you're going to go back and say, man, we need to catch that ball.
The Raiders going for it on 4th and long. And it's going to be 4th and longer after a false start by the Raiders.
Yeah, that's going to be inexperience right there. You said this may be his first game starting, and to be out like that right there as a tight end and being a stand-up tight end, a lot of times you're not used to being out there and seeing the ball from a different vantage point. You have to be disciplined. You have to know what the snap count is, and you have to watch the football.
And I believe the Raiders are going to punt right here. That's Cameron Scarlett, who is back a little bit deeper than normal. So a little quick kick. Let's see where that ball lands.
Very nice.
It takes a ordinarily that would not be a Nettleton bounce, but under the circumstances it is. It dies inside the 5-yard line. Brookland will have it 1st and 10 from their own 3. And very good job by Cameron Scarlett pinning the Bearcats deep.
Yeah, that was a perfect time for a quick kick, what we refer to that as, if your quarterback can do that, because it makes sure that the defensive personnel stays on the field and you don't have somebody returning. It's a nice tactic to try to pin the defense. Very, very nice, and it turned out to Nettleton's advantage right there inside the 5-yard line.
So with 6:43 remaining in the second quarter, we're tied up at 7. Both teams scored on their opening drives, and then both defenses held on the second drives. The game is moving along fairly briskly. Several penalties on that last drive slowed it down a little bit, but Brookland taking over from their own 3. They give the ball to Wright, starting in his own end zone. He's got some room to run. He's got a 1st down. He's upended by Dorian Tucker, but not before he gets a Bearcat 1st down.
You know, Wayne, I really like the way he runs downhill and hits the hole. He runs very hard. He's not looking for holes. He's following his blockers, and he runs very hard. I really like the way he looks run the football.
Yeah, he's a really patient runner, but once he sees the hole and hits it, he's usually gone.
That is Wright, the young man's name. He is number 25. The quarterback, Cole Doak from the gun, gives to Wright again, bounces out to his left. He is tackled by Nettleton's Bernard Turner, but another nice gain for Wright, a gain of about 5. We'll call that 2nd down and 6.
Craig, I wouldn't be surprised if you call his name a lot tonight. He's a very strong runner. Follows his blockers once again. Very disciplined already as a sophomore, which is real surprising to see that maturity running the football and also holding on to the football. Very nice.
Joseph Wright is his name, and he is as good as advertised, doing a great job tonight. The give is to Joseph Wright again, and he is tackled short of the 1st down. On the stop for the Raiders is the man I call DDT, Dorian Tucker. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Bearcats. Another big 3rd down play here in the first half.
They substituted for Wright, give him a breather. There's 2 big plays in a row, so we'll see what they go with here. Probably some misdirection or a quarterback sneak.
Caden Matthews in the backfield with Doak. Colin Lamberson, one of the trips left. So with the Bearcats dial up on 3rd down and 1. Give is to Matthews, and Matthews, good cut, has a 1st down and some room to run. Good downfield cut for some extra yardage, and Dorian Tucker and Juan Badillo tackle him at the 45-yard line. Impressive run there by Mr. Matthews.
Yeah, Caden did an excellent job there. He really runs hard, and he's just a junior too.
Running back and linebacker for the Bearcats, and good downfield cut to pick up some extra yards.
Nice footwork and also nice job downfield blocking. Most all big runs have somebody who's throwing a block for you downfield, so that was very nice.
1st and 10 for the Bearcats at the Raider 45-yard line. Doak keeps it, has some room to run. Nettleton kind of run into each other, a couple of defenders, and Martise Buchanan makes the stop, but not before Cole Doak gets a first down for the Bearcats.
That actually looked like a busted play, and the quarterback actually got a snap pretty high there and turned him around, I think the wrong way, and he looked to the left side of the field, and there's nobody over there, so took off to running that, and they turned it to a nice play.
He made something out of nothing and got a Bearcat first down. Doak in the gun.
Those are the best plays.
Matthew, little backyard football. Matthews in the backfield with him. The give is to Matthews. He's running right side, gets the corner, gets positive yardage before he is tackled by Markellen Barber and Dorian Tucker. It's going to be a gain of 4, 2nd down and 6.
Nice job by Nettleton stringing that out. They busted a couple people up, those blockers, and made that bubble go around and give them more time for people to show up for the tackle, and you only had about a 4-yard gain there, so very nice tackle out of bounds.
Doak from the gun. He gives to Matthews. Matthews running right side. He is tripped up by Jorge Salas. Falls forward for short gain. They're calling it no play. No gain. It's going to be 3rd down and about 5 for the Bearcats.
You know, a lot of times the person who makes the play happen is not the one that makes the tackle. And Martise Buchanan, linebacker, came really hard on the outside, took out the lead blocker and allowed his teammate there to trip him up.
So Brookland with a 3rd down and 6 situation inside the Raider 30-yard line. Doak from the gun, rolling left side. It is complete to Matthews. Screen. He's got a few blockers. Good job there blowing it up by Nettleton's Bernard Turner. It's going to be close to the first down, very close to the first down. It looks like they're about a foot short. 4th down and maybe a foot. Brookland going for it. Big 4th down play here with 2 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the first half.
This is going to be a big play. We got a tie ball game here. You only have 2 minutes to go in the half. And Nettleton certainly needs a defensive stop here. There's not much time left in the halftime, so big stop needed by Nettleton here.
4th and a foot, Wright in the backfield with Doak. They give to Wright. He is hit at the line of scrimmage. I don't think he got it, Andy.
Wow, no.
Nice job by the Raider defensive line. Bernard Turner in on the stop. Did you see some other jerseys that deserve some credit?
There were several there, but I'm telling you that's how you form tackle right there. There was 2 on or outside the tackle. Neither one of them were blocked. There was a blocking mistake there by Brookland. You had 2 that were unblocked on the corner, and man, they met the running back in the backfield, and they didn't go anywhere. They're a great tackle.
So after the turnover on downs, Nettleton takes over with 1 minute and 48 seconds remaining in the half. Cameron Scarlett in the gun. Back to pass is Scarlett. Looking to his left, under pressure, jumps and throws, and it is incomplete. Intended for Kyle Tolley. It's going to be 2nd down and 10, 1 minute and 42 on the clock. Nettleton will receive the kickoff at the opening of the second half, but Andy, it would be a huge momentum swing for the Raiders to punch it in.
There's plenty of time here to put some points on the board. They need to they have to catch a football. That was a catchable football right there.
2nd down and 10. Bad snap, and Scarlett gets it and tries to make some positive yardage out of it, out to about near the line of scrimmage. I said bad snap. It might have been a fine snap, but it was in any way the snap got past the quarterback. Not sure if it was a wild pitch or a pass ball, but the result is going to be 3rd down and 15.
I will tell you, when you talk about a bad snap and you're in the gun, and as a quarterback you're trying to survey the field, if it's not right there on your hands, a lot of times you're not watching, and anything out here outside of my body sometimes could be problematic for a quarterback. So, yeah, either one of those, but the ball has to be secured.
Minute 34 on the clock. Scarlett. quarterback draw, and he is muscling his way forward to about the 28-yard line. And timeout called. I believe that's Brookland who's calling the timeout. 1:22 to play in the fourth quarter. It's fourth down for the Raiders. You got to think they're going to be punting. Fourth down and 5. And we'll take a timeout with them. We'll have a big fourth down play when we come back after this 30-second break. All tied up at 7 here in the second quarter. Raider football on NTV.
Looking for a school can be like super overwhelming. You kind of have those fears as a parent that, oh my gosh, the school that I'm going to pick, it's going to determine their future and everything else. You know, it's a big choice that you have because you want to make sure you're going to put them in a school where they can continue their whole journey. I'm really super glad we started at Nettleton. It was relief that we had found a school where we felt comfortable sending our child. I felt like any situation he'd get put into, he would be able to succeed.
And we welcome you back to Raider Field. Big fourth down here. The Raiders going for it. Fourth down and 5. Cameron Scarlett from the gun. A little hard count right there. The old Coach Hawk no play. Bearcats not biting. And Nettleton taking a timeout. So it looks like that was, like we said, that old Coach Hawk special play right there. It did not quite work. The Bearcats with some disciplined football on the defensive line.
Absolutely. I was glad to see us looking at the ball and not just going on the count, because that would have given them a close to a first down.
Craig, let's go back to the play before when you had a third down stopped in play, and Brookland called a timeout there. So that stops the clock and potentially is going to give them quite a bit of clock here if this is going to be a punt. So that was a really good call by the Brookland coach there to save some time on that third down so that they, when they're about to punt, they're going to be punting with a stopped clock.
Fourth down and 5. Nettleton electing to go for it here. Gutsy call. Another hard count. No biting from that Bearcat front line. Cameron Scarlett
taking 2 steps back as a quarterback there.
Yeah, so a little quick kick coming. I think that's a smart call. And this time it does take a traditional Nettleton Raider roll, and the Bearcats will have it 1st and 10 from right about their own 30-yard line with 1 minute and 11 seconds remaining in the half. I think that was a smart call.
Yeah, it's certainly not surprising to see them go hard counts to try to maybe get the 5 yards if they can, but if they couldn't, you saw the quarterback, Cameron Scarlett, take 2 steps back, and that turns into that quick kick with nobody back.
Well, you didn't want to give Brookland that short of a field with 1 minute and 11 seconds on the clock. This Brookland offense has shown they can move the ball against the Raiders.
Well, and we still have a lot of time. We're still 1:11, you know. And I would look for us to pass the ball quite a bit here.
1 minute and 11 seconds and 1 timeout for the Bearcats. Let's see what Coach Munoz dials up. First-year coach for Brookland, and he has got his team looking good here in their debut performance, their debut year in the Conference 5A East. Flag on the play. It's against Brookland. Did you see the indication? Delay of game? So a delay of game after a timeout. That's not good.
You don't see that often.
After the 5-yard penalty, it'll be 1st down and 15 for the Bearcats. 2 receivers up top. They give to Wright. He is running right side. He breaks a tackle. Markellen Barber shoves him out of bounds. After a gain of about 3, they're still behind the sticks. It's going to be 2nd down and 12 for the Bearcats. Stops the clock at 1 minute and 1 minute 8 seconds.
Wright certainly continues to run the football very hard, but Nettleton brought 2 or 3 people to take him down. So he's certainly going to have to be somebody. It's not going to be a one-on-one tackle. If they can bring 2 and 3 hats to him is what they're going to need.
2nd down and 12 for Brookland. 1 minute and 8 seconds remaining in the half.
I would look to see them. They're going to run. It looks like they're going to have trips left. I look to see the quarterback rolling out to this side of the field. That's going to be to his left being a left-handed quarterback.
I guess that's an advantage of being a lefty in this particular situation.
You certainly want to call. I mean, as an offensive coordinator, you have to take that in consideration. You know, when the field is to his left, you're going to run your trips to that side, and you're probably going to run some sort of combination route, run one guy long and a multi-layered route on this side of the field to where you have either a deep route and a middle route and a short route for him to go to. That's what I suspect here.
And they're on the far hash as well. It gives them a wide field this side. There's something going on. The official is talking to Coach Stephen Hampton down there and not sure exactly what the referees are. Actually, it's a clock issue. They're asking for more time on the clock. I believe that's the issue. Coach actually less time on the clock. 1 minute and 5 seconds is the time. Coach Bubba Deaton, our new head basketball coach at Nettleton, running the clock, and he's got it right down there now on the Bearcats. 2nd down and 12. Little pitch to Matthews. Good cut by Matthews as he gets some positive yardage. It's going to be a gain of, it's like about a gain of 4. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Bearcats. And now, if you're the Raiders, do you try to stop the clock to maybe have enough time for a little bit of a drive if you can get a stop here? 44 seconds on the clock. And
I think you play defense here. I really thought that Brookland was set up to throw the football right there, and seeing them run the football and that down right there, I really don't think they have plans to try to score here.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to run as much time off the clock as they can.
That would have been a passing opportunity right there if you were going to try to pursue points, but them running the football kind of told you what was going to be coming the next play.
3 seconds on the game clock, and they're going to let it run all the way down and then call time out. There's 19 seconds remaining in the first half. We're tied up at 7. We will take a timeout with them. Final 19 seconds of the first half when we come back. You're watching Raider football on NTV.
Things we Nettleton Raiders love. We love our school, we love America, and we love getting our trucks fixed up at Russell's Truck Accessories. Russell's Truck Accessories is the greatest place on earth to make your truck look sharp. If Russell's were a bird, they'd be a bald eagle. If they were a nation, they would be the United States of America, the greatest nation on God's green earth, thanks in part to Russell's Truck Accessories.
And we welcome you back to Raider Field. Beautiful night, October harvest moon over the visiting stands. Just a perfect night for football, and we got ourselves a dandy game. For the first time in history, it's Nettleton versus Brookland in senior high school varsity football, and we're all tied up at 7 with just 19 seconds remaining in the first half. So Brookland with the ball on their own 32-yard line, and Nettleton will receive the kickoff in the third quarter. So a little pitch right side, and he's got the first down. He's knocked out of bounds. That's Nettleton's Brookland's. I didn't get his number. I thought it was 33, but it might have been 32. Help me out
22.
there. 22. Lance Couples, all right. My apologies to the Couples family if they're watching it. Good run there by Lance Couples. And the clock is ticking at 5, 4, 3. That will be the last play of the first half. It was a dandy. 7-7 going in to the break, to the intermission. All tied up at 7. Nettleton has played football for 55 years, but this is the first time that they have ever tangled with the Bearcats, and it has been a good crosstown showdown so far. We're going to take a brief break. When we come back, we'll have the Consolidated Insurance halftime show with you with Andy Shatley, with Wayne Steele. Sure glad that you're watching the game wherever you may be. We'll be back with the Consolidated Insurance halftime show after these messages. Raider football on NTV.
Say that whatever it takes for every child, but really we mean that. You know, it's not something that we just say, and we don't take that lightly. At the end of the day, I want them to love school. I want them to love and appreciate that our school is willing to go above and beyond to do whatever we can to teach them. But my bottom line goal is to teach them to love school and love learning and become a lifelong learner, just like I try to be.
I'm a little bit country.
I'm a little bit rock and roll.
I love the hate the feeling of a break. When I sing my alma mater, I feel it all night long.
I love my school. with all my heart and soul.
I know I'm gonna be alright.
Wherever I go.
I'm a little bit country.
And a little bit rock and roll.
Are you worried about losing your Raider pride? Then you need Raider Pride Alert. Just press the button on the Class of '89 Spirit Stick, and we will send help immediately.
Raider Pride Alert.
Help! My Raider pride is falling and it can't get up!
It's okay, Miss Timmerman. Help is on the way.
Turn up, turn up!
Raider Pride, we got some. Raider Pride, we got some. To order your Raider Pride Alert, just call 1-800-RP-ALERT. Raider Pride is justified.
Looking for a school can be like super overwhelming. You kind of have those fears as a parent that, oh my gosh, the school that I'm gonna pick, it's gonna determine their future and everything else. You know, it's a big choice that you have because you wanna make sure you're gonna put them in a school where they can continue their whole journey. I'm really super glad we started at Nettleton. It was relief that we had found a school where we felt comfortable sending our child. I felt like any situation he'd get put into, he would be able to succeed.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Hey, Leslie, guess what day it is?
It's game day.
Jalen, how happy are students that go to Nettleton?
I'll say happier than DJ on game day.
Game day!
Be happy, be a Raider. Raider pride is justified.
So don't forget it.
Mr. Miller lost his voice. No problem, I'll send in the replacements.
Woo! Woo, Daddy Mercy. Mercy, woo, Daddy. Handsome Johnny. How the heck do you edit on this thing?
Mr. McGrew, you're in photo booth.
What? This son of a...
Hey, that's all right. Good try, but I'll take it from here. Raider pride!
It's justified!
They say being a Raider is about more than just going to school. They say being a Raider is about our community, about tradition. Kindergarten at Nettleton is about teachers that I love, learning that is fun. It's really about pride in what we do and who we are becoming. Raider pride is justified. Raider pride forever.
Nettleton students will do anything for the Spirit Stick.
Would you ding dong ditch Coach Massey?
That old man? Any day.
Dadgummit!
Would you get tased by Officer Watts?
Yes.
Okay. Raider pride.
Would you cannonball into the Raider River?
Would I? Hold my mullet.
What would you do for the Spirit Stick?
We are Raiders. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, it sounds like we're in a Raider Pride ad. That means something awesome's about to happen.
Raider pride, brother. Fire the thing in here. Dang her!
Hey, run.
At Nettleton, we got that Raider pride.
Because Raider pride is justified.
We are Raiders. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum.
What the heck? Yeah, I'm a junior. Does it matter? You do that for me? Really? Oh, how like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's DJ from Nettleton.
That sounds like a really good deal.
DJ from Nettleton at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's DJ from Nettleton.
What are you wearing, DJ from Nettleton?
A black and gold Raider Pride shirt.
She sounds hideous.
Well, it's DJ, so.
Another reason why Raider pride is justified.
The Nettleton Raiders present Messing with Miller.
There he is. Let's get him. Let's go get that jabroni. Y'all check this out.
What a jabroni.
Nettleton High School, feed your Raider pride.
There comes a time in the life of every Nettleton student when they hear it.
Raider pride!
A higher calling, an invitation to achieve, to excel, to be a part of something bigger than themselves. It's the calling of Raider Pride. And it's alive and well at Nettleton, where Raider Pride is justified. I first noticed it when he started school here at Nettleton.
There he is. Who's got that Raider Pride? We've got that Shh. Raider Pride, brother. Raider Pride, brother.
So we're going to pick up today chapter 23. Can anybody tell me what page that's on?
89.
Salo, why are you the way that you are?
But you know, some of the stuff he does is actually pretty cool.
Here's Jimmy.
Who's Jimmy?
Raider Pride can't save you from becoming Mr. Miller, but it can give you the best high school experience ever. Raider Pride is justified.
Yeah, we Raiders got the comfort ship, a loaded. Everybody wants to be a show, a voted. Raider Pride in the building, yeah, I know it. Oh yeah, Raider Nation till the day it's over.
Raider Pride, justified, got it on my side. 6 side, be the guy, run up and you get a high. Press us the ball, and I'ma score it like.
What y'all know about 5th period Raider Pride? Hop up on the field, you might just have to juke and jive. Every day, yeah, I rectify. Cause yeah, you know we 5th period, yeah, we make it live.
Why?
Tell them what you got.
I got that Raider Pride.
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 I got that Raider Pride. Tell them what you got.
I got that Raider Pride.
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 I got that Raider Pride. Tell them what you got.
I got that. I got that. I got that Raider Pride.
Tell them what you got.
Yeah, I got that. I got that. I got that Raider Pride.
Raider Pride.
Raider Pride.
Man, our school's pretty amazing.
I know. Kind of makes you just want to
Break into song?
I like the faculty.
I like MTV.
I like the principal. Although he paddled me.
We love the black hole.
We love our sports teams.
Raider Pride, Raider Pride, Raider Pride, Raider Pride.
I like the lunchroom.
I like learning.
We love Nettleton. We love our family.
Raider Pride, Raider Pride, Raider Pride, Raider Pride.
Ready? Okay.
Whatever.
Come on, Tyler. You act like you have no Raider Pride at all.
Listen, sister, I'll take my Raider Pride and I'll stick it right up your...
Whoa. Here you go. Try this. Better?
Much better.
You're not you when you don't have Raider Pride.
Things we Nettleton Raiders love. We love our school. We love America. And we love getting our trucks fixed up at Russell's Truck Accessories. Russell's Truck Accessories is the greatest place on earth to make your truck look sharp. If Russell's were a bird, they'd be a bald eagle. If they were a nation, they would be the United States of America. The greatest nation on God's green earth. Thanks in part to Russell's Truck Accessories.
Nettleton students will do anything for the Spirit Stick.
Would you ding dong ditch Coach Massey?
That old man? Any day.
Dadgummit!
Would you get tased by Officer Watts?
Yes. Okay. Raider Pride.
Would you cannonball into the Raider River?
Would I? Hold my mullet.
What would you do for the Spirit Stick?
When the Raiders have wrecks, they call collision repair. Back in 1986, Nettleton's Jeff Edgar was smashing baseballs. He hit the first home run in Raider baseball history. These days, he's fixing smashed cars at Collision Repair. Collision Repair staff is second to none, and their facilities are world class. They'll get you fixed up and back on the road in no time. Collision Repair. It's where the Raiders go when the Raiders have wrecks.
We are Raiders. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, it sounds like we're in a Raider Pride ad. That means something awesome's about to happen.
Raider Pride, brother. Fire the thing in here.
And we welcome you to the Consolidated Insurance Halftime Show here at Raider Field. We really appreciate our great friends Randy and Lana Johnson from Consolidated Insurance for all your insurance needs. Consolidated Insurance, they sponsor the halftime show, the pregame show, the postgame show, and it has been a very good football game here. A historic night at Nettleton. A great crowd watching history tonight as Nettleton and Brookland playing in senior high varsity football for the first time ever, and it has been a great game. 7-7 the score at half. Both teams scored on their opening possession in the first quarter. Brookland scored first. That was Wright, number 25, Joseph Wright, with a 1-yard run. The PAT was good by Ronaldo Garcia, and Brookland came out, and if they were nervous playing for the very first time at Nettleton, Wayne, they certainly did not show it on that first drive.
No, I thought they looked really good, especially, coming first time in the 5A. I know we've already played one 5A game, but it was at home, and first time away. Whole new atmosphere being in the 5A from the 4A. It's just it's been impressive so far, and I hope to see a good game down the stretch.
Well, it started off good for sure for Brookland as they marched down the field and punched it in. Nettleton responded immediately. Cameron Scarlett punctuated a long drive with a 5-yard touchdown run. The PAT by Joseph Newhung was good. That made it 7-7 with 1:22 remaining in the first quarter. The second quarter was a defensive struggle. Actually, neither team was able to get on the board in the second quarter. All the scoring was done in the first frame, and we are all knotted up at 7 with
I think in the second quarter Brookland punted once and Nettleton punted twice, and that was basically all that happened.
So some adjustments were made, and Andy, I know you played football here at Nettleton, one of the greatest quarterbacks that's ever played here, and also played quarterback at Arkansas State University, and I tell you, it's just adjustments. It's a game of adjustments. You keep on hearing that, and both defensive coordinators, Coach Profit for Brookland, Coach Hampton, who's the head coach at Nettleton, made some very good adjustments in the second quarter.
Yeah, whenever you go into the game, a lot of times your offensive coordinators will actually have the first series scripted and your first personnel groupings and also your set of plays, because you've had an entire week to prepare for somebody. So a lot of times your first series is your best shot at a defense because they don't really know what you're going to throw at them, and you can have this thing planned all the way out. However, it starts to kind of show your hand how the rest of the game's going. So a lot of times you will see success in that first series because the defense is trying to figure out what personnel groupings do you have, what types of plays are you trying to run, is this misdirection or whatever. And so after that first series, your defensive coordinator is starting to figure that out, and certainly both sides of the ball have been able to kind of throw some blitzes here, changed up their coverages, disrupted some of the plays, and you've seen kind of a defensive stalwart there in the second quarter.
I'm going to ask both of you guys a question. It's a keys to victory in the second half question. And Wayne, I'll start with you. I know that you are I know you love Nettleton, but you also love Brookland, and all three of us are doing our best to be objective sports journalists up here. But going into the second half, what do you think the Bearcats are going to have to do to go back to Brookland with a win tonight?
I think the defense is going to have to step up here. They're really going to have to stop the run. I think they've had troubles stopping the run so far. Nettleton hadn't really passed a lot, but the passes they've had have been to open receivers, and we got to do a little better job in coverage there also. But I think the biggest thing is stopping the run for Brookland defense.
I'm going to throw that same question to Andy Shatley, who's kind enough to join us on Color tonight. Keys to victory for the Raiders in the second half, Andy?
Well, they've certainly been able to mix things up a little bit. I think they're going to have to throw the football a little bit more to open up some of these runs. Cameron Scarlett and their running back have had some success there, but the pass, really the key to the success of that first drive was that nice backside slant to Kyle Tolley, which he yards after the catch was about 30 yards after the catch. So mixing in a successful pass pass patterns and connecting with some of the receivers is going to open up some of those running lanes that certainly you can see that's their sweet spot, is to be able to run the football and feature their quarterback. But I think their keys to victory is they're going to have to spread that defense out and connect a little bit more down the field with some of their wide receivers.
It's a full moon. It is a beautiful fall night. It's high school football. And after the tumultuous year that we've had, it is wonderful to be able to say all of those things. We're glad that you're getting to watch it with us, and we really do appreciate the great people at Consolidated Insurance for sponsoring our halftime show. For all your insurance needs, check out our great friends Randy and Lana Johnson at Jonesboro's Consolidated Insurance. We're going to take a brief timeout. The clock says 3 minutes and 45 seconds. They usually let the teams come back out and put a couple more minutes on the clock. So when we come back, we'll have the kickoff of the second half. Don't you dare miss it, folks. It's going to be a great rest of the game here. Raider football on NTV.
Three things we Nettleton Raiders love. We love our school, we love America, and we love getting our trucks fixed up at Russell's Truck Accessories. Russell's Truck Accessories is the greatest place on earth to make your truck look sharp. If Russell's were a bird, they'd be a bald eagle. If they were a nation, they would be the United States of America. The greatest nation on God's green earth. Thanks in part to Russell's Truck Accessories.
Nettleton students will do anything for the Spirit Stick.
Would you ding dong ditch Coach Massey?
That old man? Any day.
Would you get tased by Officer Watts?
Yes. Okay. Raider pride.
Would you cannonball into the Raider River?
Would I? Hold my mullet.
What would you do for the Spirit Stick?
When the Raiders have wrecks, they call Collision Repair. Back in 1986, Nettleton's Jeff Edgar was smashing baseballs. He hit the first home run in Raider baseball history. These days, he's fixing smashed cars at Collision Repair. Collision Repair's staff is second to none, and their facilities are world class. They'll get you fixed up and back on the road in no time. Collision Repair. It's where the Raiders go when the Raiders have wrecks.
We are Raiders. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Did you hear that? Yeah, it sounds like we're in a Raider Pride ad. That means something awesome's about to happen.
Raider Pride, brother. Fire the thing in here. Dinger!
Hey, run.
At Nettleton, we got that Raider Pride.
Because Raider Pride is justified.
We are Raiders. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
What the heck?
Yeah, I'm a junior. Does it matter? You do that for me? Really? Oh, I'll like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's DJ from Nettleton.
That sounds like a really good deal.
DJ from Nettleton at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's DJ from Nettleton.
What are you wearing, DJ from Nettleton?
A black and gold Raider Pride shirt.
She sounds hideous.
Well, it's DJ, so.
Another reason why Raider Pride is justified.
A lot has changed since the 1950s, but one thing has remained the same. Sue's Drugstore is still keeping Nettleton healthy. Albert and Shirley Sue founded Sue's Drug in 1959, and today their grandson Tyler continues their tradition of fast, friendly, professional service. Sue's Drugstore, keeping Raider Pride healthy and alive since 1959.
The Nettleton Raiders present Messing with Miller.
There he is. Let's get him. Let's go get that jabroni. Y'all check this out.
Nettleton High School. Feed your Raider pride.
From the first time you held on to the time you let go, life is a series of unforgettable firsts. The ones that are planned and the ones that take you by surprise. We celebrate and support these firsts as we travel this journey with you, because firsts are what life is all about. First Community Bank, where community comes first.
I first noticed it when he started school here at Nettleton.
There he is.
Who's got that Raider pride? We've got that Shh. Raider pride, brother. Raider pride, brother.
So we're going to pick up today chapter 23. Can anybody tell me what page that's on?
89.
Salo, why are you the way that you are?
But you know, some of the stuff he does is actually pretty cool.
It's Jimmy. Who's Jimmy?
Raider Pride can't save you from becoming Mr. Miller, but it can give you the best high school experience ever. Raider Pride is justified.
For Terry Gray, rice farming isn't a profession, it's a way of life. As owner of Delaplaine Seed Company, Terry's been the region's rice tech leader for more than a decade. In the summer, Terry's not behind a desk. He can be found in rice fields giving advice, or he can be on your farm helping you put more bushels in your tanks and money in your pocket. From securing your hybrid rice to free on-farm delivery, let Terry help you be more profitable this season. Delaplaine Seed Company.
And we welcome you back to Raider Field on this historic night as the Brookland Bearcats, for the first time ever, playing a high school varsity game against the Nettleton Raiders, and it is all tied up at half. We are right at 30 seconds away from the kickoff of the second half, and Brookland will be kicking the ball off to the Raiders. Both teams scored in the first quarter, a touchdown and a PAT that made it 7-7 at the end of the first quarter. The second quarter was just a defensive slugfest. Neither team able to put the ball in the end zone. It was scoreless, so we are all tied up going into the second half. Brookland teeing the ball up, and they are ready to kick it off to the Raiders. The kicker is Ronaldo Garcia. Jalen Scales and Markellen Barber back deep for the Raiders. And fellas, we are just about ready to get underway. I'm joined in the broadcast booth by Wayne Steele and Andy Shatley, a couple of former Raiders who are kind enough to come back to their alma mater and provide some color commentary for you tonight. I greatly appreciate it. It's been fun spending the Friday night with these guys. And the second half is underway. And the ball is fielded by the Raiders. It's Raider ball. That's Quad Brown, who looked like he maybe didn't quite secure that thing. Had a couple of Bearcats jump on him and scramble for the ball, but he was down, and the Raiders will take over 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. The Raiders' talented junior quarterback, Cameron Scarlett, in the backfield. Kobe Bradley and Jalen Scales in the backfield with him. Scales goes in motion. The give is to Kobe Bradley. Kobe Bradley running up the middle, right side, bounces out close to the first down. He's tackled after a gain of 9 by Brookland's number 21, Aiden Roberson. It's going to be 2nd down and 1.
2nd and 1.
So a nice gain on 1st down for the Raiders, and Cameron Scarlett. This would be a 2nd and 1, might be a good opportunity to take a shot downfield here. Let's see what the Raiders dial up. Kyle Tolley near side. He's definitely got game-breaking speed.
Timeout, Raiders.
And Nettleton elects to call a timeout. Coach Wilson saw something that he did not like there, and so he calls a timeout. We will take that timeout with him. 11:20 to play in the 3rd quarter. We're all knotted up at 7. You are watching Raider football on NTV.
First time you held on to the time you let go. Life is a series of unforgettable firsts. The ones that are planned and the ones that take you by surprise. We celebrate and support these firsts as we travel this journey with you, because firsts are what life is all about. First Community Bank, where community comes first.
And we welcome you back. 2nd down and 1. Cameron Scarlett gives to Kobe Bradley up the middle. He has a first down and then some across the 40, the 30, the 20, inside the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Kobe Bradley. Touchdown, Raiders.
Wow, that's a great job. Fast hitting. Handoff there to the left. Lead blocker took the first guy out. Hat on the left side. The entire left side of the offensive line needs a pat on the back and a sticker on their helmet tonight. That was outstanding blocking. I'm not certain that the Brookland defense put a hand on him.
Great job by the offensive line, open up the holes, and great job by Kobe Bradley running through those holes. Joseph New Hong, the sophomore sensation, out to attempt the point after. The hold, Kyle Tolley. Good snap, good hold, good kick, and just like that, the Raiders up 14-7 after a big 53-yard touchdown run by Kobe Bradley.
Nettleton certainly identified a weakness as far as that formation goes. That's going to be the open side of the offensive line, so left guard, left tackle, outstanding job. Passing people off there, hat on a hat. Nobody touched him through the hole, and I don't think anybody touched him until the end zone.
Jordan Pegram, the left tackle, left guard Ryan Crawford. Pegram's just a sophomore. Maybe you know his dad, and his name is James Pegram. He played basketball at Arkansas State. He was on that NCAA team. Chico Fletcher was the guard. Pegram was one of the post players. Heck of a family, and Jordan Pegram, Ryan Crawford doing a good job. Opening up holes for Kobe Bradley. Cooper Williams, Jacob Tarpley, Moses Williams, the other offensive lineman for the Raiders. And both you guys know they're the unsung heroes of any football team. They never get enough credit for what they do. Kendrick McShann to kick off, and he puts it again down about the 4-yard line. McShann has done an outstanding job kicking off. Heck of an effort down there by David York, the big, rangy wide receiver, to get some positive yardage on the return. It's going to be 1st and 10 Bearcats from the 15.
Once again, another great placement by the kick, though. Obviously, they're going right to that corner right there, and they see how Brookland is setting up their kickoff return. Brookland's probably going to have to make some sort of adjustment on those kickoff returns to get the guy over there.
That's not easy to do, to kick the ball and put it inside the 10-yard line. So great job by Kendrick McShann doing that twice tonight. Back to work is Cole Doak and the Bearcat offense right in the backfield with him. The give is to Wright. He is hit immediately by Blake Brown. And a host of Raiders joining him on the stop. Buchanan, Jorge Salas. It's going to be no gain. We'll call it a gain of 1. It's going to be 2nd down and 9. Good job by Blake Brown.
Yeah, Nettleton's defense actually have their will linebacker walked off right there, and so he's a free body right there, and they're going to have to go to the other side of the field.
Screen pass to Colin Lamberson, and Lamberson has a first down. Good job by Cole Doak and Lamberson moving the chains for the Bearcats.
The field plays is where Brookland's going to be able to have some success. The way Nettleton has their outside linebacker walked off into the boundary, there's not going to be much there for Brookland.
Doak and Wright in the backfield. Doak back to pass. Talented left-handed quarterback rolling to his right. He is under pressure, and he is sacked by Nettleton's number 52. That's big Justin Livingston.
That's one of those issues in a quarterback. You know, your initial response to pressure should be forward and not back, because there's nothing good happens when you go back. And I know it takes discipline to step up in the pocket, but quarterback Doak's going to have to learn how to do that.
2nd and 13 after the sack by Livingston. Bearcats with twins either side. Doak back to pass. The lefty ball is intercepted by Markellen Barber at midfield. Markellen Barber at the 35-yard line, and the Raiders with a big turnover. Big play by number 5, Markellen Barber.
Seemed to be a bit of an overthrow there by the quarterback. The wide receiver actually was open a bit. The linebacker ran underneath that route, and that's the reason why the quarterback had to put a little air on that and went right over the top of the wide receiver. Nice interception.
Yeah, great play by Markellen, and the Raiders with the short field after the turnover, setting up shop 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line, or 43-yard line of the Bearcats. Cameron Scarlett.
Nettleton certainly came out, set the tone early in this first half with the interception. Now with the ball back in scoring territory, this would be a great time to put some reach in here.
The give is to Kobe Bradley. Why not? Kobe right up the middle, and he has a gain of looks about like 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3. No surprise to see Bradley's number called again.
Yeah, Brookland's defense really needs to step up here.
Well, that was a key to the game that you mentioned, Wayne, is the Brookland for the Brookland Bearcats. They're going to have to get some defensive stops, and right now the Raider offense clicking on all cylinders. In motion is Scales. The pass complete to Scales. Scales is upended by Brookland's number 22, Lance Couples. It's going to be 3rd down and 1.
I don't know if that was run pass RPO option there, but we only have 6 men in the box right there. So if there's an option to run the football, it needs to be ran right there. You only have 6 guys in the box, and that's the reason why you had a open defensive guy to make that stop.
3rd and 1, high snap. Kobe Bradley unable to get outside. Very good tackle there by Brookland's number 45. That's J.D. Davis. That's a loss of about 3. It's going to be 4th down and 4.
That was an outstanding tackle in open space right there. Shed the blocker, broke your feet down, really stare at the middle of the running back and not be juked right there, and took the guy down one-on-one. Outstanding tackle.
Raiders going for it on 4th down and 4. Hard count. Bearcats not biting. Scarlett looks back to the Raider sideline, gets the sign from Coach Clint Wilson. Back to pass to Scarlett. He's going deep. He's got Kyle Tolley. Kyle Tolley into the end zone. Touchdown Raiders!
A little stutter and go on the outside. He actually had 2 people open. Twins left. The inside receiver took the seam, made the cornerback commit. A nice little hitch and go. Got behind the cornerback. Quarterback put it over the top of him. Very nice throw. Way to stay in bounds and scored there. That was a really nice play.
Really was a good throw by Scarlett, and great to see the senior wide receiver, Kyle Tolley, doing what he did all last season, hauling in big plays for the Raiders. Great route, great pass. Heck of a play, Scarlett to Tolley. Joseph Newhong, it's a low snap, and Kyle Tolley is going to run it himself, angling for the pylon, and he is pushed out of bounds. So the two-point attempt is no good. Let me get that young man's number and make sure he gets the proper credit. I believe that was number 20, Hunter Whitaker, who saved the Nettleton from getting the 2-point conversion. So 20-7 the score, with 7:27 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
The control and the pace and the momentum of game has absolutely shifted here. You come out in the first half, 1 or 2 plays, 60 yards, touchdown, get the ball back with an interception, and they run a nice little pass pattern and score again. That's certainly how you set the tone in the second half. The momentum is all in Nettleton's favor at this point.
Football is a game of momentum, and you could just feel the momentum on Nettleton's side so far. But I tell you, I was impressed with Brookland's offense, and momentum is a fickle thing. It can change back to one sideline just as good as it can the other.
Oh yeah, and Brookland just needs a big play just to change that momentum and get back in this game. And I think there's plenty of time.
I thought that play by J.D. Davis might have been one of those momentum-shifting plays.
That was a great tackle.
Outstanding tackle by J.D.
You're going to see the shift to the Brookland here to try to get to this position now, and that's going to be a penalty. So they made the adjustment there to try to get your kickoff return guy over there to prevent that from happening again, and they kicked it out of bounds.
I don't know if you guys believe in jinxes or not, if announcers can jinx the action out on the field.
I don't believe in it.
Well, I just
especially since we're up here tonight, I don't believe it.
You know, there's some people that swear by it. You know, don't you dare mention he's got a no-hitter going. You know, you're going to jinx him.
You know, jinxing, being a jinx is fun to talk about, but I don't think it's really happening.
It can't. There's no way what we say can impact what's going on down there on the field. But so the Bearcats going back to work. They're in that Wildcat package, right, and he is tackled in the backfield by Nettleton's Markellen Barber, who had a big interception just a few plays ago, and that's a big tackle for loss by Markellen Barber.
Wow, he's certainly outmatched there as far as size and probably strength too. But you don't have to be as big and strong if you use nice form. He went for his knees and legs. That was a great tackle right there. Great tackle.
Loss of 6. It's 2nd down and 16 for Brookland. And they are again in that Wildcat formation. That is number 27. Matthews, I believe is his name. Is that right, Wayne? Matthews?
Yeah, Caden Matthews.
He is tackled by Javante Wallace. No gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 16 for Brookland. And their quarterback, I don't see Doak out there. That's number 18, Ethan Gallion, who is lined up at quarterback. Let's hope that nothing is wrong with Cole. Hope hasn't been injured. And I'm sure we'll be getting some reports why he's not in the game right now. Back to pass is Gallion, and it is intercepted. Wow. Martise Buchanan with the interception. The pass was intended for Caden Matthews. Little tip drill. He was unable to haul it in, and Buchanan intercepted that thing. Heck of a play by this Raider defense. Martise Buchanan with the interception.
Well, Brookland seems to be kind of snake bit right now. They really need some nice plays. They switched the quarterback in there the first play. He throws a little swing pass. It got tipped right into the hands of the defensive player. And once again, Nettleton breathing down the neck and here in scoring position again.
They're starting this drive at the 24-yard line of the Bearcats. They give to Orion Pugh. Orion running tough up the middle. He's got close to 1st down yardage. Good to see Orion hitting that hole like you talked about earlier.
Yeah, you know, Craig, that I think maybe he's been coached up a little bit, but you can see how hard now he's going and attacking the hole. You know, you can hit the first hole and the second one, but you don't need to go all the way down, and he certainly hit the hole hard there.
It is a 1st down from the 14-yard line. They give to Pugh again, and Pugh struggling for some positive yardage. It is a gain of 3. It's going to be 2nd down and 7.
Once again, you wanted to kind of stutter step right there, but I think he's been coached up, and all of a sudden he kept going forward. And still, now you're gaining 3 yards instead of running parallel to the line of scrimmage. So he's been coached up, and it looks like he's ready to rock and roll now.
Orion Pugh certainly able to be a difference maker from that running back position. 2nd down and 7. Pugh in the backfield with Scarlett. Twins right. They give to Pugh. Correction. Cameron Scarlett pulls it. Cameron Scarlett, touchdown Raiders. He fooled the announcer. He fooled the Brookland defense. Cameron Scarlett with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
That's it. What he, as far as that RPO option there, and he rode that fake really well. And then I think he faked all of us out here in the booth, and all of a sudden he's running scot-free on the left side of the offense. So Nettleton certainly has the offense clicking, has the momentum going, and they're making some nice plays right now.
19 unanswered points for the Raiders, if my math is correct. And that's a big if. Coach, Mr. Jim McDaniel would not be proud of me if I got that wrong, Andy. I believe it's 19 unanswered points, though, for the Raiders. Joseph Newhung's kick is up, and it is good. So with 4:58 remaining in the 3rd quarter, Nettleton, who's rattled off 20 unanswered points, they lead Brookland 27-7.
Yeah, 2 of these scores have been off turnovers, 2 interceptions there. So Brookland certainly has to start taking care of the football, try to regroup here. They need to put together a drive like they did on the start of the game. That was a nice drive, mixed up the run pass. They had some direct snaps in that first drive. So they need to get back to that and have a nice put together a nice drive. And they're going to have to stop this momentum that was created in the second half.
Well, the momentum, Uncle Mo, as we like to call him, is definitely on the Raiders sideline right now. Good night at Raider Field, good crowd. The Raider band sounding great down there, and the fans, as many as can get in. We're at like 67% capacity down here, but every ticket that we had sold out. And it is just it's been all Raiders so far in the second half, but win or lose for everybody, it's been a great night of high school football. A whole lot of game to go for sure. 4:58 remaining in the third quarter. And McShann's kick is fielded by David York. He steps out of bounds at the 12-yard line, and that's where the Bearcats will have it 1st and 10.
It's certainly a tough call right there when you're the kickoff return, because if that ball goes out of bounds, it's a penalty, and you're actually going to gain more yards by letting it go out of bounds. But you don't have a whole lot of time to wait to make that decision on whether or not to field that football or not.
The worst thing you can do is let them get the ball. And David York did a good job of picking it up, not allowing that to happen. 4:55 on the clock in the third quarter. And looks like Ethan Gallion back at quarterback for the Bearcats. Sweep to the left, jet sweep. And he is met by a wall of Raiders. The ball carrier was Lance Couples.
Looks like we're going to have a little extracurricular activity after the play here.
Yeah, there's a flag afterwards, so tempers may be flaring down there on the field. Andy, you've played the game, and Wayne, I know you have as well. It's adrenaline is going, and it's these kids are human beings. You know, it's a lot of times things get a little chippy, I guess is the
honestly, really, coaches, you don't get too tore up about unsportsmanlike conduct when you see aggressiveness. I mean, that's what you're trying to see. I mean, there's difference in cheap shots off the sidelines and such, but I mean, we're playing football here. This is a violent game, and you can understand that tempers can flare, because it's certainly hard to control and harness that aggression during football, but all of a sudden turn it off whenever the whistle blows.
Exactly. Well, that personal foul went against the Raiders. And so after the 15-yard penalty, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bearcats. Gallion fumbles the snap. Justin Livingston there to hit him, and he is drilled from the other side by Bernard Turner. They just made a Gallion sandwich right there. Bernard Turner and Justin Livingston. Big loss. It's going to be 2nd down and 18 for the Bearcats. That looked like that hurt.
Yeah, I had a little problem handling that snap. You really got to concentrate, get the football first, make sure that you're doing things in progression, get the football in your hands first, and then move forward. Direct snap.
Right back and the Wildcat formation, and he runs into Nettleton's number 24, Javante Wallace. Gain of about 6. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 for Brookland.
Brookland just doesn't seem to be able to return back to that first series magic and the flow that they had, finding out which quarterback we're going to use and if we're going to direct snap and what kind of formation. So they need some sort of put together a series of plays here successful.
Right running left side, and he is tackled by Jorge Salas. It's going to be 4th down and 6, it looks like, for the Bearcats. And Wayne, have you heard anything about Cole Doak? Have you heard why he's not in the game?
I have not. I don't know if he got hurt. You know, he got hit pretty good on that play right before that interception that he threw. So that
is he not the punter also?
He did do a quick punt a while ago.
Okay.
Ronaldo Garcia back to punt right now. And you're right, Doak was a punter earlier. You mentioned the fake punt possibilities. And that punt takes a Bearcat bounce, and it's going to roll to about the Nettleton 43-yard line, and that's where the Raiders will take over 1st and 10 with 2:30 remaining in the third quarter.
And the momentum is staying with Nettleton right now. I don't know if Brookland's been able to. They were going to have to overcome those 2 turnovers, and Nettleton made them pay for both of them. So they've just got to bear down right here.
I tell you this: the hardest transition that I remember, and I've been a part of this program for nearly 50 years. But the hardest transition that Nettleton ever made was when they moved up to 5A. So from all of us at Nettleton, we feel your pain moving up to this tough classification as Kobe Bradley looking for some room to run. He is tackled by Brookland's number 45, J.D. Davis, a couple other Bearcats in on the stop. So it's a tough transition for sure, and Brookland came out playing very well tonight, and they went toe-to-toe with a good 5A program, and it was 7-7 at half, Wayne.
You bet. They just got the wind knocked out of them right there in the first of the second half, and they haven't recovered yet.
Kobe Bradley running right side, and he has got room to run. Bradley again at the 20, and a good downfield tackle as he was chased down from behind. Wayne, who was that chased him down? Were you able to see that jersey number? It's a big gain and a first down, Kobe Bradley, but a touchdown saving tackle there by
29.
May have been number 29, Aiden Stinnett. Nice play by Stinnett, and it is 1st and 10 Raiders from the 19-yard line. Cameron Scarlett on the keeper. Scarlett, 5-yard line inside the 5. He's down at the 4. It's going to be first down and goal to go after about a 15-yard gain by Cameron Scarlett.
That was a nice lead block by Pugh, and quarterback Cameron Scarlett following his blocker. Nice hole on that side of the field. Brookland's defense certainly looks tired, and that's a tribute to the fast play of Nettleton, no huddle, trying to run as many plays as possible, and it looks like it's showing up here in the second half.
First down and goal to go from the 5-yard line. The give is to Kobe Bradley. Kobe Bradley near the goal line. The ball comes out, but the play was whistled dead before the fumble. So it's going to be second down and goal to go from the 1.
Second and goal.
50 seconds on the clock. 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Second down and goal to go. It's like it's from the 2-yard line. Give to Kobe Bradley. Kobe Bradley up the middle, fighting. A wall of Bearcats stand him up, waiting on the official, and it's not a touchdown. He stopped just short of the first down. Good job by the Brookland Bearcat defensive line, keeping Bradley from the black paint.
Absolutely. Good defensive stand that time.
So third down and goal for the Raiders. Scarlett and Bradley, and there's an official's timeout. And he is
injured player.
Yeah, he's sending a player to the sideline. That is number 20. That's Hunter Whitaker. We sure hope Hunter is all right. He's limping a little bit going over there, so best wishes to Hunter Whitaker. Cameron Scarlett's going to keep it this time, and he walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Cameron Scarlett. Touchdown, Raiders, with 2 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And, Andy, that's not a bad idea at that situation to give the ball to number 9.
Yeah, the defense there is only about, I think they run a stacked defense with 4 down linemen. And with that being that close to the end zone, a quarterback sneak has certainly walked into the end zone. Offensive lineman continues to do a good job of pushing the pile forward, and that was an easy score there for Nettleton.
Joseph Newhung, sophomore PAT specialist, into the game to attempt the point after. Tolley with the hold. Kick is up, and the kick is good. With 2 seconds remaining in the third quarter, your score is now Nettleton 33, Brookland 7.
The game has certainly changed at halftime. The first series with Nettleton coming out and scoring with a long run there up the middle there, Kobe Bradley, and things have certainly changed. You can feel the air is kind of let out of the stadium here. Nettleton has taken over the momentum. They're certainly putting things together. The adjustments have been made. The holes are there. Nice blocking, running the ball very hard. This game has changed face in the second half.
You guys are going to have a tough time believing this, but I made a mistake.
What's that?
I said it was 33-7. It's 34-7 after the PAT. 34-7. Newhung with the PAT.
The TMC made a mistake.
It's the first time I ever remember that happening.
Since the last time?
Right, which was about 2 minutes ago.
Looks like Brookland has switched who their kickoff return is. They've got their running back right now back there. Let's see if he can field this ball and actually do something with it.
McShann, that's a line drive that is actually caught, and a heck of a hit there. On the return was Colin Lamberson, and he was just hammered by Jamie Morris. So big return though, and you got to give the young man credit. That was a line drive. He caught it, and boy, he ran it tough, but he paid the price there as Morris comes up and hammers him right there.
I'll be interested to see what the approach Brookland takes here. They need to put a drive, successful drive there to simplify their offense. They need to move the football. They were going to some direct snaps to their running back right to get the football in his hands. Obviously, he's very athletic, and you want to try to put the football in the athlete's hands on the offensive side of the ball. So look to see them continue to put the football in his hands to see if he can make things happen. Brookland needs a positive drive here to kind of change this momentum.
So that's the end of the third quarter, and we'll just keep it right here as the Raiders are about to the Bearcats are about to take over. But in the third quarter, Nettleton outscored Brookland 27-0 to make the score 34-7. Third quarter, all Raiders. And
once again, we see Ethan Gallion coming out as quarterback. There certainly must be something going on with
Doak is
Cole Doak.
He is out of the game for some reason, and I tell you, it just goes to show you how important Cole Doak is to this Bearcat offense, because they have sputtered without their signal caller. He's a senior. He's a heck of an athlete, very smart young man, heck of an athletic quarterback. When he's not in there, Brookland is just not the same team.
Oh, no, and now it looks like Joseph Wright's cramped up and got the trainer out there working on him now.
You know, they put the ball in his hands quite a bit, and I was going to say that earlier in the game. If it's tough to have that many carries, and they've certainly tried to kind of put the offense on his back with a lot of direct snaps. I don't know how many times he's carried the football so far, but it's 20-plus carries, and looks like he's starting to cramp up here.
But I would like to say I'm really appreciative to St. Bernard's for having trainers out on the field for these football teams and taking care of these kids.
Oh, they're the best in the business, and one of those guys is right here in the booth with us, Andy Shatley. He has prowled the Nettleton sidelines for many, many years, taking care of our athletes. My daughter had a catastrophic knee injury, and Andy helped her rehab and get back out on the court. St. Bernard's, we're so blessed to have them in our great city. Gallion rolling right, and he is tackled on the far sideline by Nettleton's number 22. That's Jackson Soleil, and that's a loss of one. That's actually a gain of a couple. We'll call it 3rd down and 9.
If they're going to throw the football here, I would really like to see Brookland roll out. It certainly makes it easier for your backup quarterbacks to get in the game and be able to cut the field in half by rolling out, so you can see the field a little better if you're going to throw it.
Under pressure, that's a very well executed screen pass, and I believe that Matthews is going to be stopped just a little bit short of the 1st down marker. It's going to be 4th down and 1 for Brookland, and it looks like they are going to elect. I say they're going to elect to punt. See if that's what they're calling up here. Ball is on the Nettleton 47-yard line.
Looks like we may end up having a direct snap here.
Yeah, 4th down and 1. The Bearcats.
Why not go for it?
Why not? Matthews with the direct snap. He's looking for some room, and I believe he got the 1st down.
Yeah, I agree with that call.
He's tackled by Tyree Ayala.
You're really at a point here that you need positive things to happen, Brookland. Right. You got a short 4th and 1 right here at the 50-yard freewheeling zone. You're down 34-7. You need some momentum. Absolutely, let's go for it. 4th down.
Go for it. So Coach Munoz pushing the right buttons over there, and the Bearcats with a 1st and 10 inside Raider territory.
I like what they're doing with this new quarterback, Ethan Gallion, in the game. Put some short passes, connect with some wide receivers, build his confidence.
gives to Matthews, and, man, he is hammered immediately. Tackle made by Kylan Gates. Loss of 3. That was a big hit there in the backfield by Kylan Gates.
Very strong play from the defensive line position. He handled the offensive line very well, was in the backfield before you know it. That was a nice play.
Gallion from the gun. He's back to pass, under pressure, and he is wrapped up. He is tackled by number 24 and number 70. That's Javante Wallace and Kylan Gates. And, man, Wallace just got hammered by his own player there. But as a quarterback sack, it's going to be 3rd down and 19. 9:06 on the clock and ticking. Big quarterback sack by the Raiders.
3rd and 20 for Brookland.
Yeah, Tyree Ayala coming in and made a big hit on his own player right there. It needs to aim for the guys with the white jerseys. 3rd down and about 20. Gallion gives to Matthews. Matthews running hard right side. He is tackled by Javante Wallace. It's going to be 4th down and 14, and this time the Bearcats will elect to punt. Big difference between 4th and 1 and 4th and 14.
Yeah, not a wise move here to go for this on 4th down. You're unfortunately going to have to punt. Brookland certainly needed a positive drive here, and they're not going to get it on this one.
Ronaldo Garcia to punt. That's Markellen Barber. That young man's had a big game defensively for the Raiders. Tackle for a loss, interception, and that Barber interception really was the one of the swinging gates of the momentum in this game. It is down about the 13-yard line by the Bearcats. That's where the Raiders will take over 1st and 10. 7 minutes and 53 seconds remaining in this game. Nettleton up by 27.
That was a lot better punt that time.
It was. That was. It pinned the Raiders back at their own. Looks like they'll start at their own 13-yard line. Cameron Scarlett still in the game. Orion Pugh in the backfield with him. You would think with 7:53 remaining that the Bearcats would get a steady dose of Orion Pugh, and he gets the ball and he moves the pile forward about 4 yards. 2nd down and 6. Understand we've got an obtuse comment coming in on the Facebook feed from one Miss Cindy Kemp likening us 3 guys to the 3 Stooges.
Yeah, you know what? You made a comment a while ago about not thinking there's a jinx, or I agreed with you. I didn't think there was one, but she may be the only jinx I know of.
Well, that was certainly an obtuse comment. We're not the 3 Stooges up here. Orion Pugh, 1st down yardage. Good tough run there by number 21. Good to see Orion Pugh. There's a big difference between the second half Orion Pugh and the first half.
Yeah, really, and I kind of talked about that earlier as far as dancing around the pocket and actually, taking a little bit too much time to get into the hole. He has completely changed the way he's run the football in the second half, picking a hole, committing to it, putting his foot in the ground and going north and south, and he's really running the football hard now.
The junior running back, Orion Pugh, with his classmate, Cameron Scarlett. He gives to Pugh, and he spins off of a tackle and falls forward. Loose ball. Let's see who got it. I believe Pugh fell on his own fumble there. A lot of things can happen underneath that pile, though, Andy. Let's see who comes up with it. They're trying to get it all sorted out.
Second down.
Second down, so the Raiders recover the fumble. It's going to be 2nd down and 4 after a gain of 6. Orion Pugh.
One of the famous running backs, Adrian Peterson, one of the issues that he always had was fumbles. Well, they looked into why he was having the fumbles is because he never went down on first contact, and he was always continued to churn his legs, and he would last more than a lot of runners would, and he got a lot of people swatting at the ball. So as hard as he's running the football, that happens.
Kobe Bradley, the ball carrier this time, and very good defensive play there by Brookland's number 78, Chris make sure I pronounce this right.
Kalis.
Chris Kalis. Good job by Kalis, the senior defensive lineman. That's a tackle for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down and 6 for the Raiders. Clock is at 5:35 and ticking. Two receivers near side. That's Kyle Tolley, the wideout up top. Cameron Scarlett gives to Jalen Scales, jet sweep, and it is snuffed out immediately by the Bearcats, and that's going to be a loss. 3rd down and 8 for the Raiders. Fourth down and 8.
Brookland's starting to play much better defense and tackling the football here, pursuing and going after the football carrier. Even though you're down 34-7, this is really how you get tested as an individual. Not looking at the scoreboard, not giving up, still playing hard football. There's things to be learned, momentum that can be had here. So Brookland needs to continue to play hard football here.
Nettleton has done the quick kick all night long, and it looks like that's what they're doing again with 4 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in this game.
We'll run the play clock down here and either call timeout or kick it right before.
Play clock is now at 5, and they're going to quick kick it. That's pretty doggone effective punt right there. Cameron Scarlett, maybe one of you guys can do the math. It rolls down to the 17-yard line. Andy, I know, like myself, you studied under the tutelage of the great Jim McDaniel. And
one of my favorite teachers / professors of all times. I had him 2 years. After my senior year, I took advanced math just for kicks and giggles, just so I could hang out with him.
Great teacher. And hopefully Mr. McDaniel's enjoying his retirement. Definitely well-deserved. He helped an awful lot of us numbskulls like me learn those difficult mathematical concepts, and he taught me well enough I was able to go out and do well at college algebra at ASU and able to get a degree. So shout out to Mr. Jim McDaniel. The Bearcat offense back at it. Gallion gives to Wright, and he is tackled by Juan Badillo. Also in on the stop, it was Bernard Turner, gain of 1 at 2nd down and 9.
I look to see Brookland potentially throw the football around a little bit here, and this is the time in the football game to where you just forget about the score. There's certain things you need to work on. Let's put a couple of good plays together, and see if you can string together a series here.
Number 22, I believe that's Matthews. Correct me if I'm wrong, Wayne. Matthews has a 1st down and then some. Cuts back. Excellent job downfield running by Matthews. He's still on his feet. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10, 5. Touchdown, Bearcats. Big run there by Caden Matthews. Help me out with the math there, Wayne. How long was that? Was that a 82-yard run? Am I right about that?
82 yards, that's right.
How about that?
Wow, great play. Nice cuts, running up the sideline. Very fast runner. Nice cut right there at the end. A couple of downfield blocks, and that was one of the hardest runs we've seen tonight so far.
Yes, heck of a run by Caden Matthews, and makes the score 34-13. Extra point attempt on the way. Play is whistled dead. Against Brookland. So they'll back it up and try it again. Ronaldo Garcia's job got a little bit harder after that 5-yard penalty.
Little interesting fact about Cade Matthews there, Craig, is his dad, Robert Matthews, is also a Nettleton alumni.
Okay. Robert Matthews. Was he closer to my era, your era? Of course, our eras are pretty much the same.
I think he was, wow, that hit the post and still went through.
So
he was after us, my friend.
He's younger than us.
Younger than us.
Probably doesn't look younger than us, though, does he? We're awfully young-looking guys.
Well, it doesn't look younger than you. He looks a lot younger than me.
34-14 the score as Ronaldo Garcia boots through the extra point. Raiders up by 20 with 3 minutes and 25 seconds remaining. And Andy, you were talking about this earlier. Bearcats down, but it's good to see the young men still fighting and putting points on the board
Yeah, it certainly shows your mettle and your character whenever you're down 34-7. There's football to be played. There's still time on the clock. You need to run your plays. You need to know what you're doing. You need to have successful plays. Successful plays put together create successful drives, and successful drives win football games. So, when you have a game like this right here where kind of the wheels fall off in the second half, you kind of have to go back to square one and say, okay, let's just put a couple plays together, then a couple of successful drives, and then we could potentially be back in this football game.
3:25 remaining in this football game. And the Bearcats attempting an onside kick, and it looks like they got it. Heck of a job over there by Colin Lamberson. With 3:23 remaining in the game, Brookland is going to send their offense back out there again. Well executed onside kick.
That was an outstanding call, really. And at this point, you had a little momentum, nice 82-yard run, 82-yard score there. Follow that up with another potential change of possession. So trying to string the momentum together. Great calls by the coach. He's trying to give his team an opportunity to win the game and try to pull them back together. So very aggressive call there.
Into the game for the Raiders at defensive tackle is number 66, Kobe Miller. That's Wright, who's got some room to run, and they're not going to get him. Touchdown Bearcats, a little fourth quarter rally here. Wright with a 47-yard touchdown run.
Strong run by Mr. Wright, Joseph Wright. Once again, we've kind of watched him evolve throughout this game. Very nice run, and once again, put two drives back-to-back with the big, long runs. And like we said, this game doesn't necessarily have to be over. You put a couple of nice series together, and here you go.
Well, it is a two-possession game right now with 3 minutes and 11 seconds remaining, so hats off to the Bearcats for not rolling over as they were down big going into the fourth quarter, but they have scored quickly here in the fourth quarter. The injured Raider, I believe that was Dorian Tucker, and he is being attended to by Nettleton's athletic staff, some staff from St. Bernard's, probably some folks you work with out there.
Dr. Sismondo's here covering this game. He's with Jonesboro Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Appreciate him here tonight to help.
And it looks like Dorian is favoring his right leg, and let's sure hope that Dorian is all right. You talk about an important piece of this Raider football team. Dorian, the free safety for the Raiders. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 3 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the game, your score is now Nettleton 34, Brookland 21.
Well, Wayne,
that was a great momentum change right
here. Here come your Brooklyn Bearcats, my friend.
And we're right back in the game.
That's right.
We're 2 scores down now.
That's right.
Two-possession game, 3 minutes and 11 seconds remaining. And
I think that was a couple of great calls by the coach, and they were well executed by the players there. Especially the onside kick. That was awesome.
You know, a lot of times as a coach, you really kind of have to feel that out and kind of have to gamble a little bit when you're down backed up into a corner, down 34-7. You have to make some risky calls just to try to get some momentum going your way, and they put one nice play together, an 82-yard run, come back with an onside kick. Bam, here comes the next series, and you have another long run. So kudos to their coach to kind of throw the chips on the table there and start to gamble a little bit, and then those gambles are paid off here.
Something tells me the Raiders will have their hands team out on the field trying to prevent another one of them successful onside kicks. Rolando Garcia, he executed the last one to perfection.
Yeah, they're lined up for hands team, but now would be a nice time to pooch it right over the top of them.
Go onside again, and it's going to be, yeah, Brookland has got the ball again. So the Bearcats with a couple of big special teams plays, and that is number 32, Colin Barkley, with the recovery. And Brookland, they're down 2 scores. They've got 3 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the game. And Uncle Mo definitely over on the visiting sideline right now, Andy.
You can certainly feel the momentum shift, not only on the field but in the stands. Brookland now has some things to cheer about. You have 2 scores and 2 onside kicks back to back, and so certainly some momentum to be had here. It'll be interesting to see the approach that they take on offense here.
And Nettleton's reserves back on the sidelines, and all of a sudden the first-string defense back out there. I think that's a very wise call by the Raider coaching staff. These Bearcats they're still fighting. Let's put the first squad out there.
You know, Wayne, I really like to see that, and we talked about that down here when they had the football down 34-7, just to string a couple of nice plays together and a couple of nice series, and here we are with a football game again.
Raider fans coming alive. You can hear the bleachers as they are stomping on those things, trying to get the Raider defense to make some plays. Another direct snap to Matthews, and he's got some room to run. He has a first down, and he gets out of bounds, pushed out of bounds by Markellen Barber. That'll stop the clock with 3 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the game.
The energy level on the Brookland offensive side of the ball is certainly picked up. I think they feel a sense of urgency here, not only to score, but the momentum has shifted back onto the Brookland side of the field.
No doubt about that. Matthews running left side, and he bounces outside, and he's inside the 20, cuts back inside the 10-yard line. 2:52 remaining in the game. The Bearcats not going away without a fight for sure. It's going to be, I believe, first down and 10 from the 11, if I'm not mistaken. They're using the direct snap very effectively, picking up big chunks of yardage. And this time, Nettleton's Martise Buchanan makes the stop. 2:37 and ticking. So a big tackle there by Buchanan. And back into the game for the Bearcats, number 25, Joseph Wright. So it's going to be second down and 12 for the Bearcats. Wright running right side. He's going to throw, has a man open. Very good defensive play over there by Markellen Barber. Prevented the touchdown. It was going to be 6. 2:12. The clock is stopped at 2 minutes and 12 seconds. It's third down and 11 for Brookland.
This is a big play here. They are third down and 11, and the first down marker is going to be about the 2-yard line. So
Wright rolling left side. Good tackle there made by, I believe that was number 28. Again, that was Martise Buchanan. A couple of big plays in a row by Buchanan. And Brookland calls a timeout. When we come, we'll take a timeout with them. When we come back, it will be fourth down and 11 for the Bearcats. 2 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in this game that was a blowout just about 5 minutes ago. All of a sudden, we got ourselves a ball game. We're going to bring you the final 2 minutes when we come back. You're watching Raider football on NTV.
Raiders have wrecks they call collision repair. Back in 1986, Nettleton's Jeff Edgar was smashing baseballs. He hit the first home run in Raider baseball history. These days, he's fixing smashed cars at Collision Repair. Collision Repair staff is second to none, and their facilities are world class. They'll get you fixed up and back on the road in no time. Collision Repair. It's where the Raiders go when the Raiders have wrecks.
And we welcome you back to Raider Field, where with 2 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in this game, the Raiders nursing a 13-point lead over the Brookland Bearcats. Big fourth down and 11 play right here. The Nettleton crowd coming alive. That's Joseph Wright, direct snap. He's rolling right side. He throws it. It is incomplete. Turnover on downs. The Raiders will have the ball, and 1 minute and 55 seconds remaining. Brookland has 2 timeouts. So that was a big stop by the Raider defense.
Greg, if I do my math right here, one first down is probably going to be probably going to be a majority of the time that's left on the clock. So Nettleton needs to get in the mindset of we've got to get one first down here.
Cameron Scarlett, the quarterback. Orion Pugh in the backfield with him. 1 minute and 55 seconds remaining in the game. The give is to Pugh. He's right up the middle. He's got the first down and then some. Orion Pugh down the sideline. He's at the 40, the 30, the 20. He's pushed out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle by number 29, Aiden Stinnett. But a big gain by the Raiders, and there's your first down right there.
I believe that run right there is going to put the ball game away. That was a fantastic run. Certainly we have seen a different Orion Pugh in the second half. He has been running the ball very hard, downhill. Man, he is a load to take down, and he's fast and strong. That's a lethal combination, and that play right there probably is going to put the game out of reach.
Minute and 43 on the clock. He did get out of bounds, which I know Coach Hampton would have preferred him to stay in bounds, but you run for 80 yards, that's forgivable. Kobe Bradley looking for some room. He is stopped at the 15-yard line, and the clock is at 1 minute and 33 and now ticking. Brookland.
I think it's going to be a personal foul on Brookland.
Okay. I thought that it was a timeout. I was expecting them to call a timeout. The clock stops. Yeah, that's a personal foul against the Bearcats. So that'll be half the distance to the goal. What has been a topsy-turvy second half. Third quarter, all Raiders, 27 unanswered points, but Brookland has scored 14 unanswered points here in the fourth quarter to make the score 34-21. We are less than a minute and a half, and there's that Bearcat timeout that we were looking for. And tell you what, let's just keep it right here because I want to say thanks to some people. I want to say thanks to our great sponsors, Collision Repair, Delaplaine Seed Company, First Community Bank, Russell's Truck Accessories, Shadrachs Coffee, Sue's Drugstore, Trish Merritt from A Beautiful Mess Salon, Consolidated Insurance for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. And these days more than ever, I think it's important, fellas, that we shop local, we eat local, we buy local, we support those who are supporting our young athletes and our great sponsors. We really appreciate them. Also want to say thanks to our great student crew, Caleb Robinson, Tyler Whipke, Ryan Bell, Becca Tibbs. They're the ones who are spending their Friday night working so you can stay at home and watch this great high school football game. Want to say a shout out to those great young people. Also want to say thanks to Wayne Steele and Andy Shatley for sitting in with me on color tonight. Appreciate you guys very much. And we are back in action. They give to Pugh up the middle. Pugh bouncing out right side. He's into the end zone. Referee falls down, but touchdown Orion Pugh. Touchdown Raiders.
Orion Pugh certainly earning the next play. But a lot of times you'll see somebody have a nice run right there, and the coach wants to kind of reward them with a touchdown. He certainly earned the football there. Continues to run the ball. He looks like an absolute different running back in the second half.
One of the deficiencies of our broadcast, I don't have somebody keeping stats, but Orion Pugh is well over 100 yards now on the game after those last two runs.
That's right.
Joseph Newhung on to attempt the extra point. Tolly's hold is good, and Newhung has been perfect tonight. That makes the score 41-21 with 1 minute 21 remaining in the game.
Well, Brookland certainly put up a nice comeback there in the second half.
Absolutely.
You had a long run touchdown, a onside kick recovery, another long run touchdown, and onside kick recovery. But Nettleton, I believe Nettleton said, let the door open just a little bit. They just slammed it shut right there.
Yep, they sure did.
Yeah, definitely. And I just got some bad news about our Brookland quarterback, Cole Doak. He broke his collarbone.
Oh, my gosh. Well, I'm so sorry to hear that. I was wondering why Cole Doak was out of the game, and, boy, that is just tragic, heartbreaking news. Prayers for Cole Doak. I know that his dad, Toby, who's just an outstanding man, I know he's hurting tonight. So we wish Cole a speedy recovery, and we hate to hear that. The good news is that's an injury that will heal up. And Andy, you know a lot more about this kind of stuff than I do. He'll be back for basketball season.
Yeah, he'll be back. I will candidly tell him, welcome to the Broken Collarbone Club. I've got one myself off the bicycle, but yeah, he'll be fine. Whether or not he needs surgery or not, the doctors will decide. But certainly hate to hear that on such a big game here. And, wow, they had some nice series to start the game, but you can certainly tell that a change in the offense side of the ball when him out of the game and
Absolutely.
also being the punter.
No doubt about it. When the momentum shifted, it coincided with when Doak went out of the game. McShann's kick is picked up by number 45. These Bearcats just are not quitting. That's J.D. Davis with a heck of a return to close to midfield. Actually, I believe he's at the 50-yard line. Let's see where they spot the ball. But heck of a return there by J.D. Davis. They made it to the Bearcat 49.
You know, Wayne, whenever we would review the game tape, it's always interesting to see what happens whenever the game could potentially be out of reach. You can certainly see what people are made of, and if you're going to continue to play hard football, I love to see that, play hard football. It doesn't matter what the score is. That shows me what kind of players, what kind of characters are on the football field for Brookland.
Oh, absolutely. I'm really proud of these guys tonight, especially, you know, first time in 5A, and they're showing a lot of heart.
It's Joseph Wright running right side. He just lowers his shoulder and runs into Markellen Barber. Barber able to hang on and make the tackle, but not before he gains a first down and gets out of bounds. So 1 minute and 5 seconds on the clock.
I continue to be impressed by the running ability of Mr. Wright here. Big things are coming his way.
The ball is stripped away from Wright, but I believe he's able to fall on his own fumble. Ortiz Buchanan, I believe, stripped the ball, but Wright falls down on it. Clock is rolling, 47 seconds and ticking. Matthews into the game, right out. That's a good 1-2 punch for the Bearcats for sure, and they've done a very good job tonight. I believe Brookland called a timeout. Now the referees are calling them back.
No, that the ref actually had an injury timeout.
Okay, injury timeout, all right.
For Nettleton, but he got off the field.
Matthews running right side, dodges a tackle, stays on his feet, and he is tackled by Jorge Salas before he can get to the sidelines, but he does get the first down. They're going to stop the clock long enough to move the chains. The clock is at 29 seconds, and Brookland continuing to fight here in the waning seconds of this ball game. Play is whistled dead. Flag on the play. It's going to be false start against Brookland, so it'll be first down and 15. I want to say a shout out to our student director, Ryan Bell, doing a good job pushing all the buttons over there and changing the angles and keeping up with the down and distance and the score. Ryan Bell, a senior here at Nettleton. He is a 2-year NTV veteran, does a great job directing our football broadcasts. Wright, looks like he was going to pass it, but he elects to run. Ball is stripped away. Nettleton recovers. Jorge Salas with the fumble recovery. And it's a turnover. That was a good run by Wright, but he was kind of holding the ball like a loaf of bread there, and it cost him. So fumble recovery for the Raiders, and that'll do it, folks. 7 seconds remaining. Nettleton will roll out the victory formation, take a knee, and escape with a 41-21 win over a very resilient Brookland Bearcat football team. We will keep it here. As soon as the final horn buzzes, we'll have the Consolidated Insurance postgame show. We'll wrap things up. Cameron Scarlett takes a knee, and the final seconds of the clock will tick off. And the game is now over. Your final score, Nettleton 41, Brookland 21. Heck of an effort by the Bearcats, but a great win tonight for the Raiders. So let me tabulate a stat or two here, and then we will enter into the post-game show, the Consolidated Insurance post-game show. A lot of excitement in front of me as the Raider cheerleaders and the Daints team celebrating, the football team gathering together. Andy, we may have to take a pause here in the post-game show to do the sing the alma mater.
That's right.
Well, all three of us could sing this song,
right.
I believe.
Oh, man, this brings back memories, Greg. I remember doing this. One of our favorite things was to watch the band at halftime perform. We were all big fans of the band, and all to be able to sit down there and sing that alma mater again, man, there's really nothing like that. Those memories that you have in high school football, that still feel like they're fresh today.
Great song and great win for the Raiders tonight. We want to enter into the Consolidated Insurance postgame show. We'll kind of wrap this thing up here, but great football game tonight. Great high school football game. Nettleton with a 41-21 lead. Brookland scored first, got the ball first. They won the coin toss and they elected to receive, and they scored on their opening drive, a very impressive drive. And my man Wayne Steele was pumping his fist, and he was excited about the play of Cold Oak and the play of the Brookland Bearcat offense. The Raiders answered with a Cameron Scarlett 5-yard touchdown run. The PAT was good, and that knotted things up at 7-7. The second quarter was scoreless. Then the third quarter, it was all Nettleton Raiders. They scored 27 unanswered points, and they took a 34-7 lead into the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter, the Brookland Bearcats came alive. A couple of onside kicks, couple of big touchdown runs by Matthews and by Wright made things interesting going down the stretch. It was a two-possession game with about 3 minutes remaining. However, the Raiders answered Orion Pugh with a 7-yard touchdown run after about an 80-yard run, and that after the New Hung PAT. That set the final score at 41-21. The Raiders with a big win tonight. But you got to take your hat off to the Brookland Bearcats for not laying down, Andy. That was
so they certainly could have packed their bags and then shut the game down there in the third quarter. And you saw they come back to life. You know, playing without your quarterback is tough, and you have to reset your entire offense and try to figure out, how we're going to put some positive plays together. The coach simplified the game, did some direct snaps, much better blocking, take care of the football. Some aggressive moves and some gambling with some onside kicks, and they certainly created the momentum that they needed to try to get back in the ball game. But Nettleton certainly slammed that door shut with Orion Pugh with those long runs there at the end and that last touchdown.
A couple of big interceptions there. Markel and Barber made a huge interception, and Kobe Bradley with that long touchdown run. Huge plays for the Raiders in the second half to kind of switch momentum. A little bad news. This is some very bad news actually for our friends from Brookland, as their quarterback Cold Oak went down with an injury. And Wayne, I know you talked. I guess you talked to his dad.
Yeah, I talked to his dad, and unfortunately he broke his collarbone there in the third quarter and didn't return. And unfortunate for Brookland, but
sure.
But I was really proud of the fight those guys had. They never quit. They played the whole game, and I couldn't be more prouder. The only thing I'm disappointed in is you and I had a friendly little bit about breakfast in the morning, and I certainly hope I don't forget my wallet.
Oh, my word. Yeah, you better not. So I will be meeting Wayne Steele at Fat City tomorrow morning. I'll be enjoying some blueberry pancakes is what I'm going to. I may order the most expensive thing on the menu. You ought to invite Andy to come along, too, buy his breakfast, too, Wayne.
Oh, well, Andy's more than welcome to come if you want to come before you head out to Sage Meadows for the day.
And he may not want to be seen with the likes of us.
Well, he's been seen with us for a couple of hours here.
Guys,
tonight.
I'll tell you this. I appreciate being in the booth with both of you. That historic event here of Nettleton and Brookland facing off to play football. If you would have told me that was going to happen 25 years ago, man, I would have never thought that's happened. This game started off a very, very close game. Nettleton certainly came out with a different approach in the second half. Brookland answered back in the third quarter or so in the fourth quarter and played some very strong football. So exciting high school football. It's always great to be around high school football. I'm glad the kids get an opportunity to play. It's such a rewarding time. I'm glad to have the opportunity to be in the booth with you all, and I appreciate this evening.
I feel like tonight was one of those games where both teams can take some positives out of it. Obviously, Nettleton got a big win and played very well, especially in the third quarter, and answered a strong challenge in the fourth quarter. But Brookland's got a lot of things that they can hold their head high about tonight, too, the way that they came back and the way that their running backs ran against a good 5A team.
Oh, absolutely.
Brookland, a lot of people, said coming up into the 5A they weren't going to be able to compete. Hey, they proved people wrong tonight. They competed with the Raiders.
Well, we competed, and that's what we've got to do. We just got to compete, get acclimated to this 5A. The speed of the game's a little faster. Athletes are a little bigger, a little better, and I think we'll be fine. We just have to keep continuing to grind.
Who does Brookland have next week, Wayne?
Greene County Tech.
Greene County Tech. So Brookland plays Greene County Tech next week.
Tech.
It'll be at Greene County Tech. Right now, I know Jerry Reed, not Jerry Rogers. Jerry Reed is working hard at getting a live stream going. He's doing the home games, but not the away games. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. So you won't be able to watch that on the Bearcat YouTube channel. Nettleton, it's homecoming next week. Paragould coming into Nettleton, homecoming. Andy Shatley from the class of 94. Hopefully you can be here at homecoming week and watching the Raiders take on the Paragould Rams. I want to say Bulldogs, but they are the Rams.
They were the Bulldogs when we were in school.
They were. Then they were the Ridgecrest Rams, and they went back to Paragould, but the Bulldogs didn't come back.
But speaking of Jerry Reed, I would like to give a shout-out to Jerry Reed because he's done a phenomenal job of just trying to kickstart the live stream off this year at Brookland and doing a great job with that.
Yes, definitely. Shout out to Jerry Reed. Shout out to our crew, Ryan Bell, Tyler Whipke, Becca Tibbs.
Your guys have done an excellent job tonight.
They're great young people. They really are. Very talented. Appreciate them. And they're teenagers. They could be doing 100 other things on a Friday night, but instead they're serving the community, serving our school by working on these broadcasts. So shout out to Ryan Bell, Tyler Whipke, Caleb Robinson, Becca Tibbs. And thanks again to our sponsors, Collision Repair, Delaplaine Seed Company, First Community Bank, Russell's Truck Accessories, Shadrachs Coffee, Sue's Drugstore, Trish Merritt from a Beautiful Mess Salon, and Consolidated Insurance, who's sponsored the post-game show. And thanks to you guys, Andy Shatley and Wayne Steele. Thank you all for sitting in doing color tonight. I thought both of you did a great job. I think Andy knows a lot more about football than you do, Wayne.
He knows more about football than you and me put together.
That's right. That's right. I was hoping to escape.
But I really enjoyed being with you tonight, TMC.
Hey, I'm glad we're pals.
And I'm really proud of Andy Shatley for,
he brought us together.
For able to put the bad blood behind us and have the truce going on.
They said it couldn't be done, but I'll be danged if he didn't pull it off. So
great night for football, fellas.
It really was. So congratulations to the Raiders and the Bearcats on a great game tonight. For Andy Shatley, for Wayne Steele, I'm Craig Miller. Thank you for being a part of the broadcast tonight. Raider Pride is justified. Raider Pride forever.
Alma mater, heed our parting.